Hi, everybody. What is going on? Welcome. Yeah, I as well was listening to Random Goo and Last Dance. Up until about 2 minutes ago, we finished my Motley Crue song, and it was a banger. Motley Crue, Wild Side. Cool tune, fast guitar riff. Goon was keeping right up with it, man. Just literally ran upstairs to grab a beverage, and that's all she wrote. So here we are, Saturday night. Welcome to the pub, everybody. Cheers. And yeah, this is a little tiny creamer mug, like for milk. That's how I drink from it, like a pitcher. That's some fine milk. Some fine Cambodian breast milk. Anyone get that reference? That is a deep reference. That is way back. Sorry about the lack of shirt, but I've been out in the sun for a while here today, so a little on the warm side. And it is Friday night. Hey, Biscuit, what's up? And Last Dance, I think I said hi to you guys. What's going on, fellas? Yeah, I'm a little unprepared, but as I usually am, so it's par for the course. My notepad. I need a pen for my drunken notes. Let's check out some of my notes. There's one about kicking somebody out. Biden lacking in the polls. My pen is gone. I just grabbed a stylus, which isn't even a pen. Guns, abortion, capital, free speech, trans athletes. Dave can't. Pluto and Goofy? I don't even know. My notes are so bizarre from these pubs. So random. Oh my God. Wow, that's it's hilarious. Random shit going. Here we go. The liberals think that there are only two types of people in this world. Left in general. Voter base doesn't vote for politics. I can't keep going on that shit. Hilarious. Anyways, yeah, Friday night, it's unusual, but it's become a little more usual for me to be doing the pub on Fridays. So it's just how it's going to be when I can't do it on Saturday. And that is the case tomorrow night. I've decided we're going to have some people here at the house, and we're going to go out to dinner and then have them back here. So I was going to ditch them after dinner and come here and do the pub. First of all, it would have been very late, 9:30, 10 o'clock here, which basically excludes anyone to the east of me, being that it would be about 3 in the morning, so, or later, or earlier, depending on how you look at it, but decided this was the best option. So here we are. Hey, look, Carol found us. Cool, right on, Carol. Welcome here to my YouTube channel. Oh, cool, Biscuit. That sounds good, man. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to have you, brother. And like to always get a little update from you on how things are going. So I'll be picking that sucker up intermittently here. Change the strings on it soon. Yeah, let's light a number. Usually do that for the entire pub. Thanks, Carol. If you have any requests, I'm always willing to attempt them as long as they're not too obscure. Damn, it's still hot over here, man. We're still at 81 right now over here, so it's damn warm. Hence the lack of shirt. You must be hot down there, Last Dance. Down yonder. Rebel country. I heard that song you requested before, Bowling for Soup, from you, Last Dance, I think last week or the week before. It's a good one. Good jam. I did rather enjoy that. Got my dad in town from Florida, which is nice. So we will be boating in the morning tomorrow and doing some fishing. Oh, 55, huh? That's cold. I like it about 80, 82. It's nice. Although 81's not bad. It's just a little warm for this time of day. We're getting to sundown. There's a good tune I could play by Gordon Lightfoot. But the featured instrument in that song would be the voice, of which mine, I'm no Gordon Lightfoot, let's just say that. I know Gordon Lightfoot. Gordon Lightfoot is a friend of mine, and let me tell you, I am no Gordon Lightfoot. There's a quote for you. Last Dance, you know that quote, right? Jack Kennedy is a friend of mine, and let me tell you, sir, you are no Jack Kennedy. I think that's what the original quote is. I knew Jack Kennedy, yeah. And when was that? It was in a vice presidential debate, possibly? I can't remember. I just know the quote, famous one. One of the all-time legendary burns in the history of burns right there. 75, not bad, Biscuit. That's a nice summer day. Get out there. Get down to the beach, do some fish. Dan Quayle. I thought Dan Quayle was involved with that. Fucking Dan Quayle. Great quote. Good stuff. Yeah, that would have been, 90? In the 90s, I'm thinking. Is that right? Yeah. We're all hoping we'll see Gooner in here at some point tonight. He's always a fun guest to have. Lloyd Benson, there you go. As well as Duke. I had hoped we might see our Swedish brother. He's great. That laugh didn't mean anything, Duke. I really meant you're great. Just kidding, Duke. Just kidding. She's good. Some fairly big news for her, but if she wants to say it, she can say it. It's up to her. She's her own woman. 1988. Okay. Potato. So I got into a little conversation last night with Mr. Drone Tech. He still does his live stream, so always go and check out Drone Tech. He's the man. Drone Tech channel on YouTube. Is it Drone Tech TV? Can't remember. Somebody can check that out for me, but he's fairly popular, and he has a conservative edge to his opinions. So if you're into that sort of thing, check him out. Subscribe. He's a cool dude. And does a lot of great content on daily news commentary, I guess you could say. Yep, there it is. There's the news. 50th birthday week. That's what's going on. So we're celebrating tomorrow night with a bunch of friends, and we're going to go out to dinner. Have a nice meal, and then a couple of her lady friends are coming back here, and we're gonna party down. So happy birthday, wife. Cheers. Yeah. Oh, he's doing great. That's good to hear, Biscuit. Awesome, dude. Must be getting close to triple digits. I'm thinking next week, maybe. Getting ahead of myself here. That's a nice joint. Pleased to hear, Biscuit, definitely. So a common theme that I'd like to, multiple things to get into tonight. Yeah. Ladies' Day, Sunday, all the girls are going to go do their thing. And all the guys and kids are going to go hang out at the swimming pool and chill and grill food and hang with my dad, or as the grandkids call him, Papa. So it's a win-win for everybody. So we're looking forward to a nice weekend here. Weather in the 80s. Boat, meal, fish, pool, mow the lawn. That'll be my one chore. Got a battery-operated lawnmower, which at first, I know you're thinking, battery-operated lawnmower, that doesn't sound very cool, but it's badass, and it mows the whole lawn on a quarter charge. And let me tell you something. It's no gas, no oil, no pull string, no fucking around. It's I can't recommend these things enough. If you have a small to medium-sized lawn, go battery-operated. If you have a big lawn, get the gas. You got to do it. But it's awesome. It's a pleasure to run this thing. Had it for 7 years, and the battery died. But the mower was fine. Bought a new battery that was $250. Now, I know that's steep. You could buy a decent walk-behind gas mower for $200, but once you go bat, you never go back. So I had to stick with the battery. It is hot, right, McGrandy? Hit is hot. I think you meant it. An errant slip of the finger, possibly, my friend, and welcome. From the future, now you're... Possibly not, Carol, but we don't expect everyone to keep up, just to try their hardest. Yeah, it'll, let me see here, what do we got? All right. Yeah, you got to be careful with those beach umbrellas. I believe a person was killed recently by being impaled by a beach umbrella. And I know a few years back, a woman in Ocean Park or Ocean City, Maine, fucking Old Orchard Beach, whatever, also killed with the fucking beach umbrella, if you can imagine. Those things get going down the beach, man. They got a point on one end, remember? So, woot, woot. What's up, Sammy Cat? How you doing, sweetie? Welcome. And, of course, Sammy Cat is one of the two ladies coming back here after the fancy dinner out tomorrow night for the after party, which is going to be banging. It'll be pretty much me drinking rum and smoking joints, and the ladies will all be doing their own thing. So, kind of like any. But I'm happy with it. Correct that. Rum and water. It's always a 50-50 cut. It's healthy. Yeah, I gotta say, it's my new favorite rum. Bacardi 8-year. I got about 3/4 of the bottle left. Was a good boy this week. Didn't touch it, so having my first one tonight. I don't like that they give you this cardboard tube. What the fuck, you know? Just give me the bottle. This is just a waste of packaging. It's got a metal bottom. I don't even know how you would recycle this with being cardboard and metal. So, frankly, Bacardi, drop the tube. Just give me the bottle. Don't need the extra packaging, man. It's not necessary. And I'm sure they're listening, so they'll get right to that. That brings me to another thing with being here in Massachusetts. The cannabis dispensaries, for example, you buy 3.5 grams of pot at a dispensary here. They give you this jar. I have pretty big hands, so I'll give you a little perspective. I mean, that's a pretty big jar for an eighth of weed. Come on. It's glass. It's glass with the plastic top. And not only that, it's fucking thick glass. I mean, it's like bomb glass. But it's not necessary. You might think, oh, that's a cool jar. You're going to reuse it. Yeah, you would maybe if you bought it once, but you don't. You buy every time they give you this. They should refill the jar. It should be like bulk. They have big bins back there. You bring your jar in. My shirt is over there on the bag of sheetrock mud. It's hot, so it's my new thing. I go on the internet with no shirt on. This joint is on fire, literally and figuratively. What are we looking in there? Not bad. Yeah, but we're still burning up over here, Mayor. Seaweed cleared, mild wind, and the water is clear and calm. Great swimming with the goggles. And what's the temperature, LeGrand? I'd love to know. I'm going to guess 81, possibly. Jesus, child dies from brain-eating amoeba in Nebraska? Damn. Got to be careful swimming in them still water, freshwater areas, man. One little amoeba swims up your nose, nestles right into your brain, and that's it. Oh, you put out a tweet for me. Thanks, brother. Let's see the tweet here. Yeah, all right. And look, the thumbnail has me with no shirt on. That'll bring him in. Thanks, man. Boy, if I could only read our private chat to the world, we'd be banned forever. It is. I'm wearing... No, it's not wash day. It's hot day. All right, too much focus on the no shirt. I'm getting the shirt. No, I'm not. I really don't care. That'll get the ladies, right? All the Twitter ladies will come running. Just make sure they're actual ladies. Oh, probably shouldn't have said that. 83, McGrandy says. Now, mind you, that is the ocean temperature. So yeah, it's almost the type of water you step into and you can't feel the difference between your skin temperature and the water temperature. It's fucking bizarre. I've been to some beaches in Florida in May when it starts to get like that. It is very odd, but it's cool. It doesn't exactly cool you down. Like the pool up here, the pool I was in today was at 70. So, you know, that's pretty nice. Get a little chill, but it cools you down. Dive right in that sucker. My dad says on his side in the Gulf, it gets to 89, the ocean. I mean, Jesus. You Brits would trip out if you felt water like the ocean that was that warm. It's unbelievable. You'd have zero resistance from the from getting in, you know? No reaction. Okay. That's not you, Carol, right? No. Yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and kick him out. It is like a nice bath. It's bizarre. You have like waves and it's salty. It's bizarre, dude. We're at about 62 up here in the ocean. It is cold. We just had a nor'easter out at sea. Blew in some big surf. So that reshapes the beach, which is kind of cool. You get different areas of sand, rocks, sandbars. So after this nor'easter, it's going to be like a whole different beach, which is good for fishing. I like to go down at low tide. I like to see how the sands have shifted, how the rocks have moved. And then that teaches you a little bit at high tide of where to cast and where to walk on by. You know, you read the ocean just like a surfer. A good surf caster does the same thing. You learn the cuts, the rips, the shallow zones. You got to watch for bait. There's a whole bunch of things going on. It's cool when it's 180 is cool, right? Yeah. I mean, that's a truly relative, right? So I hear the I gotta finish this thing. And it's cooling down in here, so the shirt will be going on. Fucking thing's burning like forever. Burning. What's his name? Is it who's the guy who sang the song about the dude Paul from fuck yeah, Martin, DM me, dude. I European bass fish just like striped bass. Catch them right off the coast over there. I belong to some fishing groups here on Facebook where one of the guys is in the UK and he's always showing up pictures of him holding European white bass, I think they're called, ocean fish. Pretty cool. Similar species to the striper, no stripes. Just white. Whitey, they call him. Whitey Whitebone. Oh, good transition there, Smokesteve. So it turns out, after 3 years after his murder, reputed mobster Whitey Bulger, James Whitey Bulger, his murderers are finally charged. So James Whitey Bulger is from South Boston, and he ran a Crue out of there. Basically, I mean, very familiar with a lot of this stuff. They're the Winter Hill Gang was what they were known as locally, and he became a rich man. His brother Billy Bulger, famous in Massachusetts politics. Whitey Bulger went on the run. He went to California. He was on the lam for, I don't know, 15, 20 years, lived out there with his lady. And finally, the feds caught up with him and arrested him. I think they got him on murder, possibly, maybe racketeering. I'm not exactly sure. They had him in protective custody. They had him in prison in the protected section, where they put, child molesters and basically mobsters, because in general population, gen pop, they'll get, So some shit went down. He was in obviously federal prison, not state, so he could be put in any penitentiary federal around the country. He was moved down south, I want to say Virginia, and he was moved into a cell or an area that a fucking mobster convicted of murder from Springfield, Massachusetts, who had a vendetta against Whitey Bulger. All of a sudden, Whitey Bulger's moved to this guy's jail, and has access to him, right? So, A plus B, Bob's your uncle. That guy recruited 2 other guys, and they beat the fuck out of Whitey Bulger till he was no longer recognizable, even as a human. They beat his face in, basically. He was beat beyond recognition, obviously killed. And these guys, none of them gave a fuck because they were all in for life. Yeah. They didn't care. This guy from Springfield, he was mafioso, killer. He cut Whitey Bulger. They put him right on the guy's fucking lap. Now, you're not getting any sympathy from me for Whitey Bulger. He killed a lot of people, and he killed some innocent people who had absolutely nothing to do with anything besides that they happened to witness or see his face or somebody's face who was involved with a murder or a large robbery. So that innocent person, wrong place, wrong time, would get killed. So he was a bad dude. I just don't like the idea that there was so much oversight that either he was sent there without any knowledge of who was going to be interacting with him and potentially beating his face in, or was it something that was decided by somebody, or was somebody paid off? I mean, what the fuck's going on here? Somebody's got to answer for this. And once again, it's not because I'm demanding answers for him. It's more that I'm just want answers, because these people, the prison officials, these people are supposed to be professionals, right? These are the same people who somehow let Jeffrey Epstein hang himself with guards who were there specifically for him. I mean, so what the hell's going on here? I mean, I know we value our prisoners. Basically, we don't care. And both of those men are pieces of trash. So it's not that I'm advocating for them. I'm just wondering what the fuck is going on here. That, is somebody getting paid off? It's simple, right? Last dance, they're incompetent. It's pure incompetence. And that's entirely possible. There's a very interesting show here in the Eastern Mass region here. That's it's Jim and Marjorie. They're on WGBH radio. It's NPR, their local afternoon show, but they do a great Friday show. I highly recommend listening to it 11 to 2 Eastern time. And they had a judge on today, a woman who's been on CNN a bunch lately. And she basically said that at some level, somebody in the prison system had to know the people that were in the jail and would have access to Whitey Bulger, at least in a social setting. Or I guess they have open cells for some time. And apparently they killed him in his cell. And his cellmate, I believe, even helped in the killing. So it's not that I think God bless NPR. It's more or less decent content. Although I do get annoyed with the 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock news. There's like the first 5 stories. It's always like monkeypox, Ukraine, COVID, and then occasionally, of course, January 6th, but that's winding down. And now, of course, the Trump raid. So every day you have little different variations and little blips of news there, like breaking news on this and that and the other thing. Oh, yeah, breaking news. Now the thing today, what was it that they're going to release a heavily redacted version, I guess, of the warrant. And essentially, there's going to be so much redacted from it that I think people are going to be like, why did they redact so much? What was that? What was that huge paragraph right there? What could that have been that they had to redact that whole paragraph? It's going to create possibly more conspiracy. So the person who came to this judgment was a magistrate, federal court magistrate. So that is very easy to appeal. So if they don't want the prosecutors or whoever don't want this released, they're just going to appeal it because they don't want people's lives to be in danger who might be involved with this investigation. So I don't think we're going to see anything. And if and when we do, I think it's going to be so heavily redacted, it's going to be an absolute joke to read. But we'll see. I don't think I'm going to be wrong about that one, but I could be. Play another little bit of music, and then we'll start getting this thing rolling if you guys are ready. I love his vengeance. My fist clenches, crack it open before I lose and use my Rare form, bro. Yeah, a little bit of the Who. Yes. That's how they said yes in the old days. Yes. Thanks, buddy. Awesome. Appreciate that. All right, I'm putting my shirt on. Aphid Lips here. Good timing, buddy. What's up? Shirts are good. Yes, sir. Shirts and skins. All right. Can you guys give me a double horns, McGrand? Double horns, McGrand. What's up, brother? How are you?
Good evening. How you doing?
There he goes. Good, thank you. Yeah, I think that there might have been somebody impersonating somebody earlier, so every once in a while I'll have to do that.
You think that Carol wasn't the Carol?
That's correct. I don't think so. Thanks, man. Yeah, maybe I'll do a GNR tune later. Appreciate that.
So you're sure that it was D-High-S last week?
I believe so. That's what I'm going on. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's hard to say. But we'll put it behind us. It's water under the bridge, I guess. Hey, McRandy, how are you? All right. Silent Bob.
You're muted, McGrandy.
Not visibly on my end. Maybe your tab is muted at the top. The microphone have an X over it in your little tabby.
Still can't hear you.
Holy shit. No, I didn't.
No.
She grabbed an AR. Jesus Christ. That's
I didn't see that.
That's a way for a little blonde to get absolutely murdered. Not murdered. Justifiably shot and killed. I mean, Jesus. Crazy, dude. And how would you know that, my friend? Isn't it? Yeah, I guess I've heard collars match the cufflinks. I've heard various ways of doing that. McGrandy, you got the sound yet? Negative, Ghost Rider.
Reboot.
Yeah, possibly. Turn this thing down a little. So how you been, man?
I've been didn't sleep well last night, so I'm a little dragging today. I'll see how I do, but if I look half dead, it's because I just didn't get enough sleep last night.
What was going on?
I don't know. Just couldn't get to sleep. Well, actually, I got to sleep, and then I woke up and couldn't get back to sleep.
You ever think about trying a little cannabis to help wind down at the end of the day?
No, that's not my thing.
Never has been.
No.
I hear you. If it was made legal under federal law and your state, would you be interested?
Not particularly. I mean, I wouldn't smoke. I might do an edible, but
try a gummy.
But I'm not. I'd be too afraid to do it.
Yeah, maybe start with CBD or something like that.
I'd be afraid I'd get paranoid or something. I tend to.
Right.
I'm just not the right person to try things like that.
And right, you know what? That attitude right there means instant paranoia.
Exactly. Because that's all I'll be thinking about.
Exactly, dude. It's the same thing with, like, if you see people who are going to do mushrooms and they're like super anxious about doing mushrooms, advise against it. You want to just be like super laid back and just like, ease into it. Double biscuit. Thanks, brother.
What a rigmarole.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such hard work to put those two fingers up.
If did you see how I edited it out last dance? Did you?
No,
check?
I didn't go back and check.
I edited the bomber out of last week's video.
Yeah. So how do you do that? Do you have?
There's an editor.
So YouTube has an editor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So it's basically like the smallest chunk I could get it down to 2 minutes. So I just chopped out the 2 minutes because it was only about 10 seconds, but it was a rough 10 seconds. So, yeah, I got it for sure. Yeah, Biscuit, look, hey, my lady's giving you a call.
I know, I've just seen. Thank you, Smokesteve's wife.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Good.
Only problem is when I eat my main meal, I get
Evening, Martin.
I get nauseous,
Yeah.
and I have to sleep for an hour or so, or lay down at least, because I get like feeling sick.
Yeah, it's going to be an adjustment.
Oh yeah.
What's the main meal? What's the big boy?
Like today, I had minced beef and onions in like a gravy kind of thing. It was like shepherd's pie, like the base of that, but I had some mashed potato with it. So it was basically a shepherd's pie, but like the minced beef and onion was out of a tin, and then I made some instant mash.
Now, can you eat like everything now?
If it's pureed, like mushy, like yogurt or mashed potato consistency.
Right. So like grilled chicken and a salad, you couldn't do.
Not yet.
I got you. Yeah, that's a killer healthy meal for me. Like, because you can eat as much as you want.
Yeah, that's what I was doing before the actual operation. I was having a Weetabix, which is like a wheaty, flaky, like biscuit. And then I'd have 2 eggs on a slice of toast for lunch. And then I'd have the chicken and salad for tea.
That's good stuff. Oh, look at Marty showing his colors. He loves the pie. Yeah, I guess I would have known this long ago, but my wife hates the shit. I mean, I don't know. I was like,
which part of it?
I don't know. I asked her recently, and she was like, "No."
Does she like mince? Does she like minced beef?
Yeah, I like ground beef.
Does she like onions?
Yeah, I guess it's
gravy and bland.
She likes things with zest and zip. Like,
well, you can add what you want to it, really, can't you?
But she likes like scampi with lemons and parm and a little bit of shrimp in there with some pasta. Bright flavors, fresh, bright. Like
one of my go-tos at minute for a bit of extra zing is chili con carne out of a tin. But I put it in a blender so it's really smooth.
Oh. Chili con carne on the rocks. I mean, do you warm it up?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Here we have the backstory.
Okay. Yeah, here's the story. Yep. Okay, that'll do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a buddy of mine invited a friend over like 15 years ago and served him stuffed shells, and the guy got all drunk. And he was chewing the stuffed shells, and they were like falling out of his mouth. My friend hasn't been able to eat stuffed shells since. Just watching this fucking idiot eat stuffed shells turned him off. Yeah, I mean, it'll happen.
So I guess cottage pie's out of the question too, because it's the same thing but beef instead of lamb.
Hold on, cottage pie, McRandy, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's back. All right.
How about that spinach pie? That's a wonderful thing.
Spanakopita, the Greek thing.
I like baby leaf spinach, but I don't like it cooked. I like it raw.
Spinach is good. It's good, man. Get it in any way you can. It's good for you. Tons of iron.
That's what I like about it. The guy said the Greek thing, but it's absolutely spinach. Spinach rocks. You can have it with eggs and.
I can't have mature spinach. It's too bitter, so I have the baby leaf.
What if you cook it down?
I don't like it hot. I don't like it cooked. It's too.
Oh, okay.
I like it fresh.
Too slimy when you cook it.
Yeah, I don't like it. It all clumps together into a
No, you're right. It's kind of. I think it's one of those things that everyone's like, "Ooh, sautéed spinach," but it's not that good.
No,
I like the taste of it, so I like it.
You do sauté with a little garlic and oil.
I do too, with garlic.
I like it.
I have garlic and olive oil.
I like it mixed with what you call arugula and beetroot greens.
So, Biscuit, I want to wish you the best. I'm really proud of you, man. I'm really happy for you too. And
thank you.
You're a brave man. You know why? Because you confront your problems.
That's
you deal with them.
Yeah, it's exactly
unlike
right.
so many people I know who run away from their problems, and You're doing the right thing. You have a family and you're doing a good thing. Where's your
Yep.
pup? Where's your doggy?
He's in the kitchen asleep.
Okay.
Nice.
He's an important element,
And I've got
undoubtedly.
the bird over there as well in cage.
That's cool.
Good for you, buddy.
I got to play with my brother's Frenchie today. He's got one of those, like it's a 3-foot claw with a grabber on the end and a trigger on the other end. And the dog thinks the thing's kind of alive. Like, so he stands off to it and he's like, he's pretty slow, but he bounds around like a little fucking white-tailed deer trying to run away from this thing.
That's cute.
It's really cute.
Yeah. So Steve,
go ahead.
I saw you earlier today, and I want you to look at the camera, and I don't know if you recognize that, but you had mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, it looks like the same brand.
Sort of scary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway.
it looks like the same branding. And
It's a taller jar, that one though, isn't it?
I don't know, but I just realized I think it has a child cap on there, so I'm not able to open it.
Mine does too.
So I think it's an East Coast smuggling operation there, Steve.
What it ends up being is there's millions of these things because an eighth lasts even like a slow smoker a week. So, I mean, you're thinking that like there's millions of these things ending up in the landfills, and it's just there's got to be ways that we can cut back on all the shit that we throw away, man.
We got to go back to the old baggies.
Yeah, or refillable. Like I said, the jar, you bring it in, they refill, they weigh it on a scale, drop it in your jar, you leave. I know they do that in Colorado. Colorado, they'll give you a huge jar and you can stick your head in it and take a whiff. Oh, I like that smell. Here, they have everything's hermetically sealed under glass. You know, they don't let you see or smell anything, you know, like it's pretty archaic. It's just Massachusetts, man.
I've got to tell you, coming from the state of Florida, I am ashamed that you feel that way because you are living in a paradise, dude.
I know. It's relative. It's relative. Let me tell you, because they charge you 25% sales tax on eighth. So that means a $50 eighth is $12.50 in sales tax. So that's $62.50 for 3.5
All right, Steve,
grams.
Here's the key. What does an ounce of pot cost you in one of those places? If it's more than $300, you can get that from the black market.
That's black market is alive and well in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows a guy. I know people that get ounces for $275 to $300 on the side on the DL because they don't want to spend over $400 at them.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Mm-hmm. It's actually it's engineered to fail by the government,
by the state government.
Yeah.
Now in California, they've done the opposite thing where they've given out licenses to corporations that are essentially growing. I mean, I'm talking like 50,000 to 100,000 square foot warehouses full of weed. Yeah. And all these craft growers who have been growing for 30 years in like Humboldt and Trinity County, Mendocino, are basically getting shut out of the game, man, because of corporate greed.
Yeah.
So
I was telling a guy today that I had read maybe 2 months ago that in Colombia, they've actually legalized growth of the old stuff like Colombian gold and everything else. And they're growing it outdoors like they used to.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And they're undercutting. Their intention is to enter the medical marijuana or the U.S. market for legalized marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
And they're growing it outdoors. And being a guy who cannot admit that he did that in his younger age, but it's free. Mm-hmm. The sun is free. The water is free. And
yeah, that's a big thing in Northern Cali. It's called sun grown. All the old school growers what we call the legacy growers who really basically ran the show before it became legal.
Yeah.
They provided all these legendary strains like the Chem Dog, the Gorilla Glue, the
Yeah.
Old School Blueberry. I mean, all the ones that everyone knows about, you know, the Gas, the Stink, the Skunk.
Yeah.
Now they're coming out and they're saying, fuck all these corporate guys. We're going to grow it on the side of a hill in southern Humboldt. We're going to bag it with a big picture of the sun on it. And we're going to let you know that was grown under the California sun, like organic conditions, being fed only organic stuff in the soil. And then you look at these factories that have like 1,000 LED lights.
Yeah.
They have automatic feeders to all the plants on hoses, and they have 1,000 gallons of fertilizer. So they pump these plants full to their maximum.
It's blasphemy is what it is. And
totally.
And unfortunately, what the legislatures should really stress is the ability for not only legalizing it for recreational use, but the ability for an individual to grow their own.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to have parsley or cilantro,
well, in
you
this
should
state,
be able to grow your weed on the side of your house, you know, the bright side.
In this state, you can. In Massachusetts, that's legal. You're allowed to have indoors 6 plants per adult, or outdoors 6 plants per adult. 12 plants per household is the maximum, which is fairly generous because a good grower can do damn good off of 12 plants. Damn good.
But you have to go through an elimination process. It means you got to have the seedlings. You have to eliminate the males and go through that.
From what I hear, they sell feminized seeds now, which
really?
It's a fairly common thing because if you manipulate a cannabis plant with the old school way was colloidal silver. If you painted that on a female plant, now cannabis is either male or female. It's an unusual plant that you have 2 sexes.
Right.
If you painted one of the female flowers with colloidal silver, it would develop male flowers, and then it would pollinate itself. A female plant pollinated by hermaphrodite pollen or feminized pollen produces 100% female seeds. So in that, there's some genetic instability. So oftentimes you have to run a couple of generations and then pick the ones that are less likely to hermaphrodite and develop, because you don't want your next line of plants to all develop male pollen sacs. You want them to be strong female. So sometimes you have to breed them a little to breed out any hermaphrodite conditions. But
Steve, from my my ancient experience, hermaphrodites are extremely prevalent, even in a natural setting. So if you eliminate males, there's a good chance. But it all comes down to the genome, as you mentioned. But
of course,
I'm talking ancient genome in my day.
Yeah, that's what they called land races back then. There was Colombian, there was Thai, there was Mexican, there was Cali,
and there was
Hawaiian.
Afghan too. Believe it or not, that was some of my most spectacular achievements were Afghan, and it was spectacular. That's what I have to tell you. But I'm talking greenhouse in the backyard. My friends used to tell me there's helicopters flying over your house.
Yeah. Back in the day, man.
Yeah.
I knew some cats that grew in Vermont out in the woods way back in the day, and they were out real early morning, and a fucking helicopter was coming up the river. They're fucking diving behind river rocks with backpacks on, like this thing didn't spot them, and it was the fucking DEA. They could see guys in there with M16s and shit. What a waste of fucking time.
I know. The problem is there's a distinctive color of the pot plant, so that the feds have been able to discern that, especially in the wild areas. It's distinctively different, so they can find the fields, and
Oh yeah, but there's cover crops. One of them is manzanita, which is the same color and heat signature. So you plant a shitload of that around, and then that will somewhat hide it. But let's bring in one of my favorite MFers. Hey, can you give me the double? Thanks, brother. I hate to have to ask. He's a legend. There he is.
There he is.
Hey, Fiddlip, how you doing?
Good guys. How you guys all doing tonight? It's always good to see you.
Oh, we're doing okay.
Good.
So that's
Better
it.
than the alternative.
Aphid, you are my bright star.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa. You guys get a room. We'll keep going.
Let's talk later.
All right.
Do you got any tokens?
Huh. How was your day? Did you have a fun day?
I did, man. It's been a whirlwind.
Working a lot?
Well, I worked this morning, and then
Good for you.
I left pretty early, and then we went to a place called Grant's Farm, which is what Anheuser-Busch. It's like kind of like their little zoo type thing, and you get free beer at the end of it, so it's always cool.
Did you have Clydesdales?
Let's
Yeah,
investigate
tons
this.
of Clydesdales. Actually.
Let's investigate this. Are you on the right audio input? Because it maybe you're
Oh,
coming.
maybe not.
I think you're going through the computer, Mike. Not. Nope. Definitely not that, Mike. Yeah, I noticed it too, but Cup of Tea was so nice in his delivery of pointing it out that,
Oh, I'm sure he was.
yeah, nice shit audio, Fed.
That's the one.
I heard that.
That's better. I heard a woof. Let's see. Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah,
look
there
how
you go.
clear it is.
Oh man,
That's
Oh.
beautiful.
Better.
the deep sounds of Aphid Lib.
Different person.
Clear as a whistle.
I've done it a million times.
I can always count on Cup of Tea helping me out. He's always been there for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bro pound to my homie.
Yep. He's a man of the people.
He doesn't just help you out. He does it with love.
He does. There's a sign of affection. that
Side
even the
order of
grinder can't match.
every bit of tech support from Cup of Tea comes with a side order of extra love.
Mm.
Fuck. I got a sizzle on somebody's mic.
A sizzle? I'm not hearing a sizzle.
We have 4 people right now. Martin, Sammy, my wife, and Cup of Tea. Yeah. All right, cool. Big 4. 5 panels, 4 watching. This is Friday night. Let's get everyone on screen, and then we'll have fucking 2 people watching.
I'm actually one of the people watching, so there's only
Yeah, I should be one of them watching.
Yeah, I'm
too.
also watching.
Oh, wait. Let me open up a tab.
Oh, this says there's 6. Oh, no, went down to 5.
Hold on. If I open a tab and watch myself, I should be watching.
Well, I should be counting for that too. Although I'm in my same
The
account.
sizzle is gone. By the way.
Speaking of audio, McGrande, you are like coming in like a champ.
Audio.
Well, thank you. You've been missing lately.
I missed last week, but I skimmed through it a little bit, and like me, I am shocked and amazed at the quality of your audio and video.
Well, thank you. I've been making an effort here.
That's great, man. That was nice to hear that your lady wanted to check the show out the day after.
Yeah, she did.
That's
She's
awesome.
like, let's watch that tonight.
That's cool. I mean,
Let's
it
see what
wasn't-
happened. I think I made it about 10 minutes in.
Thanks, man.
I could, man. We all the time. Like we're like, oh, let's watch that. We'll go to bed early and we'll watch it. I can once I lay down and get under the covers,
Mm,
it's like lights out.
I hear you. What do you put it on the TV, or you bring a device?
No, yeah, we got the TV. I can. That's how it's in the other room. I can just take my phone and up in the on YouTube in the upper right corner. There's a thing and you push it, and if you got like streaming TVs, you just pick which one you want it to stream to, and away you go.
It's all right for some. This fucker's broken.
No kidding, huh?
Yep.
You got to get a new one.
No, it's still in warranty. I've only had it a year.
Oh man, are you sure it's broke? What's wrong with it?
It's got a red flashing code telling me that the power board's broken.
So warranty runs out after a year. Have you already set it up to fix?
Yeah, they're coming to pick it up on Monday.
And they're going to bring you a new one right away, right?
It's got 2 years warranty.
Is that replace on like?
No, they're going to try and repair it, and if they can't, then they'll replace it.
Huh.
Why would they even bother? TVs are so cheap.
That
How
one
big?
was
How big?
43.
How much was it?
It was £200.
Yeah, I mean, is that worth some guy, that gets paid $90 an hour or whatever to sit there and fiddle
Probably
with
not.
You wouldn't think.
But someone come in with alt packaging for me to put it all in safely.
So they're going to try to repair it on site.
Not here, no. They're going to take it in a box and.
Yeah, the time that they're spending driving there, picking the thing up, taking it back, repairing it, bringing it back to you for $200. I mean,
Yeah, just swap it out when they get there.
illogical.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll know because my daughter's put a little finger drawing of a truck on the bottom left corner.
Oh, that'll void the warranty.
It's just a finger grease smear.
So that's how you kind of marked it. And you're
Well, she must have marked it at some point. You can only notice when it's turned off.
Is it permanent? Did it like?
No, I don't want to put anything on screen that'll scratch it.
I see.
I'd rather have that when it's off than scratch the screen.
Right, you got to use a proper soft chamois with the liquid, the spray shit.
Yeah.
Do it up right. Apparently, you can't use a paper towel to clean a screen.
No.
Why?
Sure you can.
These panels are super soft, the actual screen. And it don't take hardly anything to scratch it.
I mean, a paper towel?
A paper towel might scratch it, yeah.
Jesus.
You'd be fine.
Yeah.
They're not like phone screens that are almost indestructible.
Yeah, I have a phone, the whole thing.
You know what you have to do, Biscuit, is you don't have to clean them. Just let it accumulate.
That's what I do.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
He'll be thrown away in 2 years, so.
Although, if
Thank
you
you,
have
China.
if you have a very dirty TV, when you clean it, it makes a massive difference. Like, I think it's noticeable.
It does, but it is such a maximum effort that it requires commitment.
I mean,
you got to get the good screen cleaner.
The more permanent things that are my front windows have not been cleaned in 6 years, so.
Oof. Are they old school, like fixed sash, or can you tilt them in?
No. They're UPVC that's got the swing open.
And they're casement windows.
Yeah.
Call them here. Yeah, cool.
I might recommend dishwashing soap. A lot of soap on a sponge that's got, and use the rough side of that sponge.
When I first moved in, I bought a squeegee and proper window cleaner.
Oh well, forget that.
But
Soapy water.
I did it once and then never used it. It's the effort to go and do it. That's the problem, not what I've got.
I know.
Well, what do you? I mean, if you're looking out at the rough section of town, I could see not cleaning it. But if you have a nice little garden with a butterfly and Peter Rabbit and fucking whatever else you guys in England have, you fucking clean that one window so you have a nice little garden.
I make the effort to pick the litter up that all people passing by chuck in my garden, and that's about my lot.
Shit, put diesel out there. They'll think twice about that.
No, I did that once, and I do that all the time. But somebody chucked a chicken in my garden and he necked it.
Of course, and then he's going to choke, and you're going to pay $1,000 to a vet to fix it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Bad call, right?
Who would do that, Biscuit?
Well, we've got allotments on back, so some teenager had stolen one. I thought it was a good idea to chuck it in with my staffy.
What did you say you have out back?
Allotments.
What in the hell is that?
They're like mini personal farms.
Community gardens.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Well,
never heard that
they're
expression in my life.
Are you telling me they're throwing things over the fence?
Not over the fence. Well, yeah, little 4 foot like wire fence kind of thing.
Well, I have an idea for you, buddy.
Go on.
Get your
You're
ass
gonna-
on here, Martin.
Yeah.
Come on.
You're going to be out there walking around on patrol. It's going to be good for you, too. And bring your pup out there, too. She's going to sense it. You're going to fucking be able to get on them.
Yo, what the fuck were those guys' names in the New York with the berets on in the 80s and 90s?
Oh, the Guardian Angels.
Yeah. This kid's going to run his own little sect.
We got to get you a beret. That's for sure. We got to get him a green. They used to ride the trains.
Curtis
without
Sliwa.
any weapon.
Yeah, just that stupid beret. Man, if I had a few in me and they started fucking with me, I would be just trying to knock people out. You know, back when I was younger, not now.
No,
course,
Steve, I believe that. I know you're a thumper. I can tell.
Hey,
Crazy
hey,
Irishman for Boston. You're a thumper, man. Come on, admit it.
Well,
You've
you had
grown
to.
up now. You understand.
It
But
was
you
part
were a
of it.
thumper.
Hey, it was just part of it.
What?
Oh, it's Biscuit conversation. Wife. I'm sorry, aphid.
Oh, no.
Let's not listen.
Let's listen in.
Yeah, I know.
Did I hear something about porn?
I thought I heard canned corn, but I'm
Oh,
not sure.
porn, not porn.
What's going
God
on?
bless you, Aphid. God bless you. You have no idea what I go through.
Your mic picked up everything.
Oh, did it?
What do you got? Trouble in paradise?
No. She
Sorry.
kept she kept saying, I grabbed this lighter because I don't got a lighter back there, and I don't know where all our lighters are.
Yeah,
It's like a
my
hot
kids
pink.
steal my lighters.
And she's like, it'll match your Coors neon, and it just like was not registering in my head what she was talking about. And she's like, your neon Coors, and that's what this neon is right up here. It's Coors.
Right.
Blue light.
Just-
You got a blue light in there,
So
don't
it
you?
wasn't even
Some
canned corn.
LED blue lights.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Brings me back to my hippie days. I all that's missing are the posters.
Yeah, I need some posters. Some black light receiving.
Yeah, black light
like
posters,
like
baby.
a panther,
Yeah.
a nice panther, and some.
Whoa.
Black
green.
lives matter. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. So listen, like last night on the Drone Tech show that I was on shirtless, it was great. It was embarrassing. Okay,
Oh,
go check it
nice.
out. Yeah. Anyways,
I bet they liked you liberal on there last night, didn't they?
dude, I mean, let me just tell you one common theme that went through it, and I'd love to have him on my channel sometime if you ever wanted to join. He's a great guy. Honestly, we differ in opinion. I really enjoy his company, and I think he's fun as fuck. You know, he's a good guy. So a very common theme on there was, now they were all serious. Defund the FBI.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
It's
it's fucking ridiculous, dude.
now, I tried to bring up the point now, when Black Lives Matter had a contingent of people following them that said defund the police, the conservative or right side sort of said that's the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard. Imagine what will happen. And of course, what played out in these towns that transferred funding away from the police kind of got screwed, like Portland and other various liberal places. They had serious crime problems. So then you turn around and have the conservatives now say defund the FBI. Is that not some level of crossover, maybe hypocrisy, some might
Yeah,
say?
absolutely.
Maybe just a little bit, yeah.
You know what I mean there? I mean,
Just so idiotic.
Are
Steve-
they only wanting that because of the Mar-a-Lago fiasco?
Yes,
course.
that's it.
yeah.
Well, you
'Cause
guys know I'm
Their
from the
orange
state-
god has been pissed off. That's why.
Well, not only that, but I'm from the state of Florida, where we have a renegade governor who's wants to emulate, and this guy was a ex-military, or former military, and
Now I have a theory.
I'm completely astounded that the logic that these guys are putting forth are not being recognized by most people who have been following what's going on. And
I have a theory.
okay, go for it.
All right, so I'll try to get this as short as possible. So Trump,
Take your time, man.
Trump has gained an incredible amount of popularity and a boost, a wind in his sails from this search, the subpoena, whatever, search warrant. I think that there were possibly people advising him to hold on to some of this stuff and let them do it. Fuck them. It's going to make you a living god amongst your followers if they actually go through with it. Because what in the end they're going to find is going to amount to not much, but enough to get this going, and that has gained his popularity. I think it might be a whole situation that they exactly knew what the outcome was going to be, and it was going to be him gaining, he's back on Fox. They kind of phased out Trump, but now he's totally back. He's a talking point again. Just a theory, but I think it's entirely possible.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it came like the decision making to not cooperate. Like they knew if it did go south that it wouldn't hurt to his supporters and
correct
his popularity. I don't know if he would want what's coming his direction though. Especially it's coming from all different directions. It's not just the Mar-a-Lago thing.
Well, I think it's important to acknowledge some of the since we're all looking at the mass media, they're saying who sent the message to the FBI, and a lot of the rhetoric is Jared, Ivanka's wife, or husband, or maybe he is her wife, but and you know what it comes down to? Let's see what happens through due process, and let's hope.
I agree. We really don't know.
Let's hope that the federal government carries out its job, but I don't know. It's like I think they're looking at, instead of doing their job and prosecuting what they think might be a viable conviction, they need to stop listening to the internet and all of the garbage out there, including the Fox media and everything else. So public opinion does not determine a person's innocent or guilt. It's due process, and hopefully we have someone here who understands that, and I think we do. This attorney general is not a wimp. He's gone through many prosecutions, difficult prosecutions.
Merrick Garland.
Yeah, and
he should be in the Supreme Court, but because because the Republicans at the time controlled the Senate, they wouldn't allow it.
Because of Mitch MCConnell.
Well, they had the majority, so there was no way, no how that he was.
They took a big risk with that, but it paid off. So,
I think we should work on Mitch MCConnell imitations. The guy's from Kentucky. It's like one of the poorest states in the whole union. He has denied his own people.
What has he denied them?
Benefits.
What benefit?
Benefits. This guy has gone against every social safety net for anybody in the whole country.
Yeah, and when all the babies are born in his state, that mothers may have I don't even want to go there, forget it. Drop it.
Yeah, I think I brought that up once before and you hushed me.
I'm just saying,
are we talking about methamphetamines and the addiction of people in the rural South America?
I think he's talking
that sounds good. Methamphetamines.
Yeah, right.
Let's go there. Meth. Let's do some meth talk. How about meth mouth? That's a real tough.
I'm gonna stand neutral because this is your show, pal.
All right, pally, buddy, friendo, pal. Double horns, Marty. Double horn,
Marty.
Ladies and gentlemen, Crocodile Dundee.
There he
Hey,
is.
Marty, how you doing?
Hey, Marty.
What's up, brother? How are you?
All good, thank you. Yeah, you guys?
I always forget to bring my hat.
I got one.
How was
Mine's
golf?
black.
Martin, how was golf today? Did you hit them in the low 70s? Just kidding, brother. You look good, man. Trim.
Even his polo's green.
Yeah, it's a shark polo.
Come on, Aphid, show us a little bit more, mate. Go on.
Well, what do you want me to take my shirt off? I mean,
I think we should all do that.
if you change
No.
change your name back to Backdoor Loads, then I'll
Oh no.
Oh God.
then it will fit.
Yeah, it's
I
always,
just came from the pool where I've had my shirt off for the last several hours.
Oh, shucks. Missed that.
You missed
Get the
it.
sun out there up there and
Well,
the
I'm
great
like,
north.
him.
Aphid,
I think-
you get some sun.
Oh, did I get it? I thought you asked Marty. Yeah, Well, I mean, it's I wouldn't have went swimming if it was cloudy. Yeah, it was sunny. See,
Good for you.
got my red neck. No,
there.
once the temperature gets above 70, I'm that neighbor that never has a shirt on.
Good for you.
I like the feel of the wind on my back.
Yeah, I was having a naked chat with my neighbour earlier.
Totally naked?
Not quite, but
Not quite.
as far as he could see, I was naked.
Yeah.
So I could have been, Anyway,
Good for you.
I interrupted. You guys were talking about stuff.
Were we? I don't know. Were we?
No.
Oh, what
Yeah,
did
I think so. Carol asks, "Where's Topple?" I think Topple is on vacation. Or was that last week?
He said there was something he could. Yeah, last week he was because he had that picture of on the beach. But yeah, he said something about he wasn't gonna be able to make it tonight.
Yeah, he said he went to New Jersey as versus where he was going to. I think he has a place in
right.
Fort Lauderdale.
I don't think so. I think he's.
No, he does have a place in Fort Lauderdale. He
Does
said
he?
it was his wife's place, yeah.
I thought he was fucking with somebody that used to come on here.
He looks like he's always on holiday.
I got a lot of respect for that guy because
With his,
I look around and I see all the air conditionings going on all over the place, and I'm like, I see those guys working on the roofs, and they're bringing major rescue to a lot of people down here. It's fucking blazing down here, by the way.
Yeah.
What does he do?
Oh, he's an air conditioner guy.
Right. Okay.
HVAC. So
Right.
from the small to the big, and
I guess that's big business over there, isn't it?
well, yeah, you're.
It's gonna be big business where you're from too.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually it will be. Yeah.
Like installing air conditioners is
The only
is
pro-
the
the only
hottest
problem-
job in Europe right now.
The only problem here is the houses aren't built to take air conditioning units. The windows are not suitable. You'd have to drill holes, but like in my house, there's literally nowhere, no outside wall that an air conditioning would fit to.
Well, they've got some of those indoor jobs where you have to pull the tray out every 2 or 3 hours, and
They're not
the
as
condensation,
They're not
but-
as efficient, though, are they? You can
No,
get
they're
those.
not.
You can get those standalone units that you put a pipe outside,
Good question.
like a duct pipe.
Hey, I'll DM him right now and see if he wants to pop in.
That'll be interesting.
Okay, I won't. 'Cause
No,
that
no.
sounds-
I'm
sounds
not-
suspect.
Man, I'm not.
I don't know. I'm
It
suspicious.
would be interesting.
I think I'm going to
was
need
I
to
wrong?
hire
Now, the second time he said it would be interesting was far more innocent. The first time was like, that would be interesting.
Right.
don't read.
I heard the warning in his voice.
No, I welcome him with open arms.
All right, now you're talking. Here we
Forget
go.
about this far.
Diversity is the key. We have to engage our friends who have a different opinion.
Yeah, there's a good question. Where's Topple? We'd love to know. I think he's on vacation. I think he's kicking ass and having fun with his family. So
I think so too.
Man, I've been nonstop in it with action the past 2 weeks myself, trying to get it all in before the kids go back to school.
Action Jackson?
Well, my birthday was last Friday. Had a big old party, and then Saturday we still had people in town. So
Have you
continued.
given your age, or do you keep it
49? I don't care.
Okay. You
I'm
really
almost
went huge for 49. I mean, Jesus, I guess you just fucking rage for anything over there, huh?
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, any excuse. Well, one of the things is my one buddy that has the ramp in his backyard. He has a lot of parties usually. So we kind of trade off and on. You know, in the summertime, I'll have a party. He has a party.
Martin?
Yeah.
I'll take care of that.
We got loads of information when it comes to that.
All right, yeah. So what did you say?
But anyway, he's getting a pool in his backyard, so his backyard's a mess. So it's every time I have a party, everybody's like, "Oh shit, let's get together," you know.
Yep, I hear that.
And my buddy was in town from New York, so it was like the perfect recipe to have a rager. So we just invited everybody up because when people want to see him when he comes to town because he don't get to town that much, and he usually stays over here.
Do people
Hey,
bring tents?
it seems that your buddy's been building a pool for like 3 months.
No, it's been longer than that, man, and it's been a huge problem.
So we got a contractor problem, is what we have.
do have a contractor problem. Hold on, you need to grab a beer for somebody real quick here.
Go ahead.
Wow, lots of new guys in the chat.
I know YouTube just gave me, hey, what's up, everybody?
You know what?
Hello, everybody.
Steve, I'm watching you guys on the StreamYard because there's a delay on the YouTube channel for me.
Oh yeah, there's a big time delay because I'm watching it over there, and it's like 30 seconds for me probably.
Yeah, and you know how I feel about those delays.
Oh, you're
To pay. It's real. Thank you.
You and delays are like peas and carrots, McGrand.
Yeah. I'm no longer a time traveler, thanks to my webcam.
You got no excuses now. I mean, before
I know.
You fucked up, you could just be blaming on that. Now it's
well, I can't do that anymore.
You're on the spot.
I'm on the spot.
Yeah, I don't know. So there's a delay if I go on my YouTube channel. Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, there's YouTube has like sometimes it's worse than others. LiveLeak was the same way.
If you refresh it, it does get caught up a little. Hi, look.
Yeah, that's like when you're trying to like on LiveLeak.
Glued wig.
You could set the playback speed to double, and it will get out all the buffering. And you can see where you're at.
Here's what the way I look at it
I learned.
is.
Let's see. I just typed a comment. Okay, there it is.
The beauty of it is,
the comment's going to show
I
up
no
when
longer
you
have
type
to look at the comments, and cup of tea is no longer a factor in my existence.
Well, yeah, McGrande, it's no secret that you like focused too much on what people were saying about you. You would get a little too wrapped up in it. You cared too much about people that didn't like you, what they had to say about you. I mean, use that to their advantage to wear on you.
I cannot disagree, but I also enjoy it, and
she does.
What's the gorilla thing all about?
You know what? Are we ever going to meet Smokesteve's wife?
Negative.
I think we got some. I think we have some trollers.
Yeah, I'm gonna max out so I don't see the chat. Unfortunately.
I'll keep it on, but it's okay. What's your malfunction,
Look at
Jizz?
There's several. There's a whole bunch of them. There's like 3 of them.
I know, but my views are up. My viewers is up at 27, so I'm like,
all
whoa.
right, man. Take a screen cap of
Everything's a trade-off.
Keep them coming. Poo, poo, poo. Yeah.
I think it's time me and Marty take our shirts off. We were
look at that. Moment. Yeah, let's do it. Let's take our shirts off.
You're not. I think
let's
that
go.
Might be
let's
Lord,
go.
That might be Lord Spliffington, who I do know from some stuff. It's pretty
I skipped
close.
over there.
And then McGrandy looks like Rich Voss. I'm not sure who that is. Anybody? Rich Voss?
Me neither.
Let's pull up a Rich Voss picture. Is it a person? Does anyone know?
No idea.
American comedian.
Look at all those. I mean, I've never. You're you
Rich Ross.
you look just like him.
I missed it.
It's on the screen right now, man. How could you miss it?
Well, I'm on the other one. Oh,
What other one?
well, that's quite a compliment.
That is. Why, you think he's attractive? You like that?
He's off to rub one out, I guess. No, there he goes.
Oh, there he is. That's a more McGrandy looking Rich Voss.
There you go.
Man, they're twins.
That was after a long night of rolling rocks and cocaine lines. Probably.
I never drank Rolling Rock, dude.
I don't know why I came up with that. Ice House?
No, I hate those little bottles with the little opening. You know, I want mine narrow. It slows down the consumption.
Okay, that's not what she said.
Okay.
Okay. What does hide current comment do? What does that mean? Oh, okay, yeah, it was on the screen. That's what it means. All right.
24. You got 24 people.
How many of them you had, Steve?
Lord Snuggington says monkeypox is awesome. Deep. All right, and that guy's he's showing the monkey. We got an English bottle cap, Old Faithful here. Can you put chat in slow mode? Can I?
I've seen that, but in other YouTube channels, but I don't know how you do it.
Indeed, and indeed. I think I might have had to do that at the beginning of the chat.
No, you can.
Weird.
People do it halfway through a show.
It's so weird when I switch over to the YouTube to look at the chat. I'm like, we're on a 30-second delay. I feel bad for you guys in my previous interactions. By the way, Steve, I wanted to thank you for your indulgence on my
Yes.
my Wi-Fi experiences with you guys, and I realized how disruptive it was, and I want to thank you. I appreciate your indulgence.
All you had to do was watch one of the shows, and after it aired, you would see that you were.
Like
Yeah, I know, I have, and
It didn't dawn on you that whole time. Like we were like trying to let you know, like it just.
Of course, I did. It was, but because of the delay, I did not realize it. So it was, like I said, after a debrief of the previous shows, once again I appreciate your indulgence to all of you. By the way,
I always felt bad because I felt like you thought we were like being mean to you or like not listening to you when you would talk or something like that.
Okay.
Come on, Aphid, you've never been mean to me.
Well, I don't think I've ever been mean to anybody.
Well,
listen to the cackler up there. Hasn't said a word in an hour.
Someone's raising their hand.
Can't figure this out. Go ahead, whoever's raising their hand.
I was just going to say,
nobody's raising.
Aphid's been mean to me.
Oh no! It's a term of endearment. I'm sure you misunderstood.
No, my granddad, you shouldn't feel bad because I've fallen asleep on here. So that's what
Yes, that is
well,
true.
you have, but
Yeah.
you know what? We
Smokesteve
always
picked
appreciate you,
because
dude, because you speak frankly, and you're a nice guy. You know, you're not out to hurt anybody.
Okay, let's try that.
Okay.
All right.
What are you doing behind there? Tweaking some buttons, Smokesteve?
I'm going to try something here.
Don't launch any rockets.
You could probably take off English Bottle Cap's comment because I think we've all had plenty of time to read it.
Yeah, I think I've read it.
Did that do anything?
Nope. I just saw a /slow.
Okay.
Well, I don't know because I've only seen one comment since then.
No, a little thing comes at the bottom, a little bar that says chat is in slow mode or something. Well,
Help. Maybe he's gone. You can tell it's only one person.
Fuck it. It's over. The people seem to have slowed down on their own. So, I mean, fuck it. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of that current comment. See, I can't concentrate on two things at once. Okay, he just
don't
has
even
it
try,
paused.
buddy.
Oh, I see.
for monkeypox.
Monkey.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. Perfect.
Marty, I'm curious, Martin. Are you concerned about this monkeypox infestation? Because I heard that it was more common amongst people taking backdoor loads.
Here we go.
Are we going to do the monkeypox thing again? Okay.
It's
sorry.
actually most common in people who love them.
Yeah, who take the backdoor loads?
No, not just take them, but the ones who love them, who actually love them, are by far the most most
I'm
affectionate.
in the high risk group because I love it.
Right.
Oh,
You
thank
might
you.
wanna-
You with the most.
Which brings me to something that I thought about. Last chance, you said that you had the monkeypox vaccine, right?
I have the smallpox vaccine, which is the
Oh.
monkeypox vaccine.
Oh. But you had it recently?
No, I had it when I was a child.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you had recently got a vaccine for this outbreak.
This is
and
how
it sounds
misinformation spreads.
Well, that's why I'm questioning. I didn't go out and tell nobody before. I came to the source first.
Now my sister's going to call me.
Me and
say,
Brian-
you have monkeypox.
Me and Brian Seltzer were getting ready to do a piece on it tomorrow on MSNBC, but we'll have to cancel that
Wait,
part of the show.
Are you sure you weren't drinking a polar seltzer and watching MSNBC? And last dance, how was your week in the Castro district of San Diego? Good time? You had a fun...
Oh yeah, it was great. Great restaurants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
I'm loving chat at the minute.
Mhm. Nice
Oh,
ball.
is it Tank Bitch wants to know if you like Latinas?
I like Franks and Beans.
Yeah, I like Latinas. Why not?
He says, nice bong. Thanks, homeboy. And who are all these people? Thanks, YouTube. Right on. They sent these crackpot group of nut jobs over here to hang with us nut jobs. So it's a real nut jobby type place. I love it. Nicodemus the Great. Life NG. Carol Collins. Craziest of them all. Who else do we have? Cup of Tea, a total psychopath. We have Frank and Beans. Don't know you, but
English
like
bottle cap.
English bottle cap. I think English bottle cap like goes to soccer matches and just fights people. Manu, Toasty with the mosty, AK Tank Bitch. She's great.
I'm curious if English Bottle Cap has is on our Discord by any chance.
No, we figured out who that was.
Never seen him.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah,
You got to
he
the
said
bottom
it.
of the
The
Who?
guy the guy who's got the weird name there with fucking whatever. What is it again on Discord?
Free man on the
Yeah.
land, something.
Look
Yes,
at
who?
you fucking nodding yes to you.
Is that him?
I saw that. Okay. He's out there like, yeah. Fucking hilarious. Okay. I think it's. I'm gonna.
I would advise caution, Biscuit.
Yeah.
I'm only answering a question. I mean, I don't
That's
know
how it
what-
starts. That's where you dip your toe in, and then you fall in after that.
Jesus.
Oh, there's Random Goon.
All right.
If this is what 100 does, guess what? I wonder what 2 more 100 is going to do.
No shit. Hey, you guys saw that before me. Now I'm on a fucking delay. What is this? You're in front of me? How's that even possible? I mean, what's happening right now? I'm live, bitches. Random Goon.
Good to see you, Goon.
Hey, Goon.
Random Boobs also. Hey, what's up? Boobs Magoo. All right.
Boobs Magoo.
Boobs Magoo.
I wonder if YouTube saw my crackpot fucking editing skills on that last time, and they were like, "This guy knows his shit. We're gonna give him some viewers."
That's what it
That
is.
must be it. It's the only
That's
explanation.
it.
I don't know. But I communicated with them. I actually figured out how to contact a company that's worth like hundreds of billions of dollars. You can do it. It's just they don't make it easy at all. You know,
You're the guy. That's why. That's how you can contact them.
no, you just have to. They make it so convoluted when you're trying to do things like that.
Did you see Joe H's comment, or was I the only one that read that?
Wow, Joe H.
Joe H.
Get the MP backs, bro. That's all I gotta say. You better get it. Sounds like you might be.
Joe H might be somebody that needs to call into this program.
Totally. What was the old sex numbers? Like, what was the? It was the 9 something, right?
Yeah, it was
900.
900.
1-900.
Oh, you got it first, McGrandy. You knew that shit.
Much of his fortune is went into those.
I had
No,
a
I
friend
never
that
did.
blew some money
I
on
can't
that.
even eat bacon, random goon. But thanks.
Damn, bacon bikini. I could envision it on
Yes, I do.
other human beings, but not random goon. That wouldn't be my first choice.
No.
In fact, bacon bikini, I don't know, too greasy. Too greasy, right?
Aphid
Come out all in
could pull it
spots.
off.
Huh?
Aphid could pull it off. A bacon bikini, definitely.
Oh, bacon bikini. You think so?
Yeah,
man.
man.
You haven't even seen my nipples.
So what you would have to do is put the bacon on him raw, right? And then sort of like get the shape. You have to get the shape. No, you get the shape, and then multiple people would have to take it off simultaneously, retaining the shape, put it in some sort of a basket, and have it thereby cook so it retained the shape and became crispy.
Yeah, but
I thought you were going to say stick him in a deep fryer after
it
you
won't,
put it
it
on.
won't fit him after it's been cooked because it shrinks.
Ooh.
Well, you have to do some experiments to estimate the shrinkage and then supersize it appropriately.
Or use larger people, and then you would say, okay, Aphid would go in and say, all right, give me a Smokesteve bacon bikini, and then that shrinks down to the perfect Aphid lip size. You know, like
This is why we have science
exactly
to figure out this correct bacon bikini sizing.
This is correct.
I think we have Last Dance's first admirer, Joe H. He likes the red shirt guy. He
Not
looks
his first.
kissable.
I know his first, and he.
Oh
knows
yeah,
his first.
we had it.
Oh, this reminds me. For some reason, this reminds me. I have developed my own personal pronouns policy.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That sounds good.
I will use she, her, or he, him, but no they, them, and none of that other zer.
Right. No, I agree.
Oh, there's a Zer?
There's all kinds of goofy ones that aren't even real words.
Cisgender.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid.
But if some guy, let's say, thinks he's a female and wants to be called she, her, I'll do that.
Gummo.
Really?
Gummo's transitioning.
Yeah.
Gummo is in the middle of a transition.
But I won't do they, them.
The famous hacker.
You have to pay $10 a month to see.
Yeah, I saw that. I can believe it. He kind of has.
I don't care.
I don't care either.
And if I met him and he wanted me to call him her, I would totally be absolutely fine with it. I don't care what I call anybody. Fuck, who cares? Now, what I believe inside of me is now what I believe. That might not line up with what I say, but what I say is to say to people's faces out of respect for them, because I'm not out there to fucking fight everybody in the world, but I don't have to believe everything they say. You know what I'm talking about?
That doesn't mean I'm down with them using the ladies' room.
Yeah. You know why, Steve? Because you are nobody's master.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Hey, they, them. Can you give me double metal horns, brother? They, them.
I predict we will regret this.
No, we won't. No, we won't.
They, them.
Oh, no, it's them.
Hey.
I think you're right, Last Dance. I'm regretting it already.
I'll go then.
Oh, come on.
No.
There's the bacon bikini.
There you go.
Come on, it's late. That guy's up late. He's
Wow,
It is
devoting his
Look at him.
time for the show.
He's martyring. We have a martyr. Come on, come back.
Come on.
There
There
he
you
is.
go.
All right.
Did you have a show tonight, Goon?
It's awesome, dude.
Oh,
Great
did
show.
I have a show tonight?
Good job.
That was the question.
Well, I guess that you just don't care then, do you? About my streams.
We
I
care.
I see how it
Oh,
goes.
he's-
Steve turns
I wish I
up,
could see it every
Last Dance
week.
Turns up, Marty turns up.
I wish you had.
Biscuit sometimes
I wish you
turns
had a
up.
majority of the songs that I would request too.
Oh,
But you can, like my grandpa used to always say, you can wish in one hand and shit in the other, and see which one fills up the fastest.
Smart man.
Again, we can try. This is what science is for.
Yeah.
Oh, you
But I
can
think I
find
already know
be-
the answer.
Has anybody got one on
Oh,
deck?
you can find better songs, Aphid. That's
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because the material you get requested is of the
Well,
highest
the
quality.
problem is that all the Pixies songs are owned by Ubisoft, so they.
I don't know if I've
that's-
requested a Pixies song ever.
Yeah, you did.
I think
Yeah.
Did
you
I?
have, and
Descendants.
it's all Ubisoft.
I tried some Descents, and he's only got newer stuff.
So how about Wild Side by Motley Crue? That's a banger, I think. That riff, you played it pretty well.
riff, that's
It's fucking
the first
fast.
time I
Dude.
ever played that song.
It's
Jesus
fast.
Christ, yeah.
It's all downstrokes. I mean, the guy's hand is moving really.
Oh, is it all downstrokes? That makes more sense then.
But
I didn't play it like that.
I can't move my hand down that quickly, but I love that riff. And then when it goes to the verses and he does like the one chord, it switches. He's like, da, da. He's just like, goes from the fastest riff to the most like vibey riff in the key, like a major key, then back to the fast again. I like that jumping back and
Right.
forth.
Yeah.
It's a good 80s.
I enjoy playing
metal.
the song. I didn't realize it's all downstrokes.
Yeah. That was back when Mick Mars was more alive. He's kind of half dead now, but he still plays. So I mean, I imagine Motley Crue lived a hard life on the Sunset Strip, early 80s. They say they lived in an apartment together, and often they had enough money to buy a pack of bologna. They would have a hand sandwich. That meant a piece of bologna in your hand was your meal for like maybe the day, And they went from that to breaking out and making it huge. And like the early.
It's nice that they started off sharing ham and then they shared STDs after a while.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
it's a beautiful
Bologna is
transition.
much better than Spam.
I think Tommy Lee ended up with herpes.
How dare
Not
you,
herpes,
Grande? How dare
hepatitis.
you?
Hepatitis, for Christ's sake.
Spam is what built Britain. Okay. In the war.
I know the story of Spam. That's why it was popular. Because I used to work with guys that were in the war and World War II and everything else, and they loved that Spam. Me,
Oh yeah.
no good. I tried it a couple of times on their advice, and
Do you know what they did with it afterwards? They fished with it.
yeah, I believe it.
They used it as bait.
I believe it.
Nobody wanted to eat it apart from fish.
I mean, even a crab, if you could catch a crab this big with the Spam that's that big, you're winning,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
worth it.
honestly, if
I
you're
have
getting
2 tins of
Spam,
Spam in my cupboard.
but isn't there better cheap things to have at home than Spam? I mean, yes, it's cheap, but for that cheap money, you can
it's
get other
cheap.
stuff.
But
Well-
it's also shelf stable as well because it's in a tin.
Yeah.
That's true.
Steve, you have to understand what it was like back then. It was like you couldn't get sugar during World War II. They had quotas on what you could get in America, like sugar and milk and
Oh, it was much, much worse in England.
yeah, I can only
Because
imagine.
we didn't lose, we weren't bombed at all.
Yeah, exactly right. You're right. But
Good.
we were afraid we would be Last Dance. That's what
Oh,
made
yeah.
us stronger.
Yeah.
I was watching a movie today. It was about after Pearl Harbor, and I have family on the East Coast and the West Coast, and we're worried about invasion. And it's the same type of hysteria that we could only understand that if we were there.
Hi, Nate. Look at Nate.
What?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Wait, I need
Oh.
to chat up. I need to bring a chat.
Oh God.
Why don't
I
you
know,
highlight
right?
That's
Let
a
it-
cute
highlight-
name.
Let it
highlight
sink
his
in.
comments? 'Cause I'm not on YouTube.
I first read it. I read it the other way, and I was like, "How did he get away with that?" And then I'm like, "Wait, it's the opposite." Okay,
You took advantage of your dyslexia and you formed the wrong.
right, right. Exactly. Brilliant, though. Got to give it to you, Nate. Bingo.
I saw a video the other day of a black man went up to a white man and asked him to say the N word, and he says, "If you say it, I'll give you $100." And he
Not
goes,
that I just want to clarify. Not that I agree with what Nate was trying to say. Definitely not. Just saying the way he like circumvented the rules with that. Pretty damn solid.
The Joe Rogan.
Yeah, but it's like that dude Lamar. I can't remember his name, but he got somebody up on stage to sing a song of his that had the N word in it, and they
Kendrick
said the
Lamar?
N word, but because they're white, they got booed off stage and thrown off. And it's just like
And imagine what Chappelle does every
it's a
time on his
fucking
live shows.
song. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Chappelle.
Imagine doing a Chappelle skit to your mate in the pub and going, right, the N and the N and the other N and N.
You know, the funniest shit in the world is that when Chappelle got attacked by that fucking freak, Chris Rock was there. And
No
like
kidding.
2 minutes later, Chris Rock came out and he grabbed onto Will and said, "Was that Will Smith?" No, grabbed onto Dave. and
Yeah.
said, "Was that Will
Yeah.
Smith?" And I
How
mean,
how profound.
right. I mean, hilarious. It basically made you equate, I think, Will Smith. I mean, the other day I listened to a pop music channel on occasion in the summer. You got the windows open, right? So fucking Jiggy With It came on. I'm like, fuck this guy. I'll never listen to his shit again. And I used to maybe bump my head to Summertime or Jiggy With It, you know. No way, man. Fuck Will Smith. He's out.
Yeah, he's got some good movies too.
Yeah.
You gotta let them all go.
Nah,
He can't hold on to him. He's over.
nah, Men in
You gotta-
Black. Too
people
good.
Still go
I am-
back and watch
I am
it.
I've watched
will
it
get
since.
watched once a year for me.
I've watched it since
even
then.
though
I've got
Wiki Wiki-
iRobot. iRobot's
Wiki
one of
Wiki
the
Wild
best.
Wild West.
I like it. iRobot too.
But you
Yeah,
know what?
I don't give it. I don't care. I could care less.
I don't
what
either.
it is.
That's Hollywood nonsense. And what it comes down to is that they all
I
got
stand
caught
with
up.
Chris Rock.
They all
You
got
do.
caught up in their own nonsense.
Yeah, but
You
did
don't
you,
want
did you
Chris
see
to
the
know that
shitty
you
apology that
seen-
He's
that
grateful.
Will
Steve.
Smith made on his
Yes.
YouTube channel?
Yes,
Oh
I
my
saw that.
god.
That was
Yeah,
pathetic.
Oh,
It's
that
ridiculous.
was
pitiful, actually.
cringe.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was.
totally
It was
It was
horrible.
pitiful.
I
He would
didn't
have
see
been better
it.
not to say a damn thing. Just
Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
stayed out of the
Ethan.
light for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be missing that
He's got a
25 to 30 mil per movie. He's
He's
be
got a
missing
steep
that.
hill to climb.
That's tough.
But
I-
Tom
I
Cruise
think
made it
he
back,
needs-
so
He
he's
needs to
got
contact
15
Mel
years.
Gibson and seek advice from Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Mel
Tom
Gibson
Cruise.
Yeah.
is coming back.
I know he is.
I
I like.
actually can't wait for
Me too.
what?
I love
the-
Mel Gibson.
Lethal
They
Weapon 6?
No, they're doing that
It was-
TV series that was
I
about
saw
about
it.
the-
Jews.
Fuck
I
off,
saw
Ethan.
it. I saw it. It's on Amazon.
Not about the Jews.
No,
No,
it's on-
it's called The Continental, and it's about the John Wick story before John Wick and how the Continental become to be. He plays like the young guy who owns the Continental in the John Wick movies.
No Jews allowed at the Continental.
Well, yeah, yeah. There's no Jew aisle. Let's
Hey,
just
hey
say
Steve,
that.
I want to tell you something about Mel Gibson.
Tell me.
He's all right. So he's like you're a Roman Catholic, I presume, or were
No,
or
no.
By
I'm
your
not.
long,
well, you were
I
raised. As
presume that you're.
anyway,
I have long ago renounced that.
okay.
religion.
I
So-
thought you were a Saxon.
But you understand what it means. He went to
Sax player.
a sect that actually rejected the Second Vatican Council, which means he goes to a church that only speak Latin at
Who
Mass.
are we talking about again?
Mel Gibson.
Mel
Oh, yeah,
Gibson.
yeah.
Yeah. So he
Braveheart.
The Passion
Yeah.
of the Christ. He's a fucking weirdo, dude.
yeah, he is, but I'm just trying to explain this.
Go ahead. Go. Yes.
So
Riveting.
they only speak Latin. There's a sect, and they were actually recognized by the papacy.
Hmm.
Okay, so they didn't lose their credentials from the Catholic Church, and I don't know where they are in Australia or wherever they are, but they
You
they
talking
go to
about Opus
Mass,
Dei?
and they only have a Latin Mass. They don't
Opus
have
Dei.
and the priest turns his back to the people. He does not ever turn his back to to the altar, because that's the
Everything
way
I
it
know
used to
about
be.
everything-
You're too young to understand. That's the way it used to be. I grew up and I went to mass and it was in Latin, and the priest never ever looked at us. He turned his back to us.
He didn't look,
He
look
would
you
never
in the
turn
face
his
with
back
fucking
to the.
you. Then.
Always took him from behind.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
He would never.
I don't want
turn
to
his
see
back
your crying
to,
eyes.
to the altar.
Marty
So
just
that's
woke up a
where
little
he
bit.
comes from.
That's
So
why I go on a mass.
Opus Dei. Everything I learned about.
hey, you English guys, go ahead and have fun. Okay? I'm not even Irish, but I'm just trying to explain it to you guys.
I've had my ego stroked enough for one night, and I'm tired, so I'm gonna go off to bed.
All right.
We're gonna lose a
Yes.
viewer.
It's great
Don't
talk.
do it.
It's great seeing you, Biscuit. You're doing well.
Hey,
I'm glad to
Biscuit,
see you.
can you do me a favor?
Yeah,
Leave the YouTube tab open so we
I
don't.
won't
Yeah.
do that. I'm gonna take my phone upstairs and listen to it before I go to sleep.
Oh, thank you.
Smokesteve's riding high on the number of viewers. He doesn't want to come down.
14.
14. That's
We're-
a shame.
we're
You're
underage
looking
again.
sexy, Biscuit, by the way.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Seems
Biscuit.
like the diet's going well.
Biscuit,
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
want you to get
100%.
up until 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, I've got to
You
get up
stay in
at
bed.
7. I've got to get up at 7 for little and for breakfast.
No, it's forbidden. You need your rest.
I've got a daughter to think about.
Well,
Yeah, that's
You
good.
you
man.
got
know
a
what?
donut to think about.
I think
Oh,
she's
fine.
going to come
Donut.
around. I wish you the best, buddy.
He's the man. Later,
Night,
brother.
guys. See you later.
Biscuit.
Bye.
Bye,
No,
man.
bro.
Ooh.
Excuse me. The last thing I heard about Opus Dei was in the books written by. I can't, dude. What were they? They were the most popular books ever.
The Bible?
No,
Oh, the Dan Brown books.
Dan Brown. Yeah.
What was that called?
The Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah. Opus
Yeah.
Dei are some weird dudes, man.
They were
They're right up
they
there
were
with-
a heavy part of that book. That flatulation shit they do, I think it's
Yeah,
called,
yeah,
where they
yeah.
smash their backs with like
Yeah.
a whip.
Yeah.
I thought that was when you fart.
They actually, in the cathedral
It's a
part,
similar word.
The movie, they filmed that around me.
Oh yeah,
Well, not around me personally, but around my area.
Wasn't
it's beautiful. That old architecture.
wasn't
Yeah, no,
wasn't Bill
we had
Clinton's
some pretty
Bill Clinton's FBI director Louis Freeh? Wasn't he in Opus Dei? I seem to, for some reason, I remember that.
Jesus.
That's deep.
Maybe the public didn't know.
I heard an interesting theory. If anyone's interested,
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
I'm obviously interested.
when the Christian Church took over, like pagan, what was existing pagan stuff, but it basically adopted a lot of the same stuff.
Sure.
They deliberately put it in Latin so that the people didn't understand it. Otherwise, they'd go, "Hang on a minute, this is the same stuff that we knew." Anyway.
This is just repackaged paganism, and I'm paying double for it.
What we were doing anyway. Yeah, basically.
They did that with the Roman Catholic Church and everything. They were like,
Yeah.
right, put it in Latin,
That's
so
what I
it's
mean.
only for
Yeah,
the elite.
Yeah.
Right, and some of the imagery back then, if you look into early Christianity, they featured a male figure with a big orb or what came to become a halo, but it was sort of like a round circle of the sun behind them.
It's the sun.
And that's based on the pagan sun god,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
the same imagery of a male figure with the big sun behind them. Because in pre-Christianity, what do they worship? What keeps them alive?
Yeah.
The sun. The sun is how they kept time. The sun is how
Yeah.
they existed. So they basically applied their previous knowledge, which was 2,000 plus years ago, obviously,
Yeah.
to the newer religion. But a lot of that stuff just carried right on through. There's a lot of great documentaries about this stuff.
Yep, that's absolutely correct. Especially in South America, which was like the scourge of the true scourge of what happened with the Spanish and the church, the destruction of millions of people. They adopted a lot of the the natural indigenous gods and gave them saints. That's why the saints are so big in Latin America, because they would attach saints to some of the indigenous gods that they had, and it's actually a pitiful thing.
Now let's face it, though,
I mean,
and when
you
it comes
keep
down to
saying
it, what we're talking about is the history of the creation of the religion, sort of the start, the transition. Saints are bullshit. Nobody sees the Virgin Mary in Fatima walking in the fucking clouds. There's no like Jesus in a Dorito chip. There's no whatever fucking.
I don't know.
this, that,
I
and the
I'm
other
kind of
thing.
seeing Marty
Steve,
as a Australian right now for some reason. I don't know why, but
Steve Martin's a saint.
No,
yes,
Martin.
yes. All hail.
Steve, I got to correct you on Fatima, because if you look at that, there's some originality there.
So the little girls happen to see the vision
Yeah,
of
but
Mary.
There were three secrets.
Halo going on. To be fair, hasn't he?
There were three you know, I try and keep an open mind. You know, I'm not easily diverted by
Now this guy,
weird
I know,
things.
he is verified. What's up, Nil? Join in if you want, man. The link is in the description. Good guy.
I like that.
Fuck the world. New. Join in, homeboy. He's cool,
You're
man.
in religion because they need guidance. Maybe.
You know, one of those nuns actually had the secret of the assassination of the Pope, John Paul.
Wow. A non-conspiracy. I love it. Oh, okay. I want to know more.
You got to look into it, man.
No. I want to know more from your opinion. Because a non-conspiracy is so beautiful to my mind.
Do you have an open mind?
Well, to a nun, yes.
Well,
yes.
Well, I mean, when I see nuns walking in the road, I'm a little weirded out. I mean, it is odd.
What, you think they're plotting conspiracy theories against you?
Where the hell do you live to see nuns walking in the road?
Yeah, I don't see them much
They're
anymore.
on the sidewalk, not in the road. They're not psychopaths.
They're on segways.
Walking down the
So
road.
they're so quick you don't see them. Like,
Steve, did you go to Catholic school?
Oh yeah,
You did? Oh wow.
13
right, so-
years, buddy.
Wow.
We have a great difference in age between us.
Oh, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
what is it,
notice. I
like
wouldn't have known that.
Years? No, I mean, what are you,
That's true.
61?
Really?
64.
All
Are
right,
you
yeah.
really? Jeez,
Yeah.
McGrady, you're getting fucking old, dude.
We're about 18 years apart.
Don't buy any more green
so-
bananas.
No, dude, I'm ready for it, dude. Believe me, that's my checkout. I'm ready.
What happens on a green banana?
It's
What's
heart
happening?
shaped lip.
Because you can't, you're not sure if you're gonna be
He
around.
says
long
he's not
enough
going to live
before
long
you're
enough for
around.
them to ripen.
Right.
No.
I got you.
Aphid,
Don't buy
I
any
actually,
unripe tomatoes, sort of. I got you. Okay.
Aphid, you know what? Since I retired, I'm swimming every day. I'm doing like 20-mile bike rides. I think.
I honestly wouldn't have thought you were that old. Seriously.
Yeah. So here's the point.
I'd put you at 69.
With
Ah,
actually, I forgot the point. Oh, we were talking about.
I'll put you at 79.
We're talking about the nuns. We're talking about the nuns. I went to Catholic school too, Steve,
yeah.
and I went through the transition between the nuns wearing the habits, and then they went to the markdown habits, which you had the younger nuns that you could actually see their hair, and then the penguin suits began to disappear, and then before you knew it, they were wearing civilian clothes.
Civvies.
Yep. And what I'm getting at is, I don't want
You
to
listen, Steve.
I don't want to pick on any nuns. Hey, they
Yeah.
can cunt.
I don't
What
know.
did you
Nuns.
You're in London.
What?
They them cunt.
Random goon. He's talking
Oh,
to you.
yeah.
yes, I'm
He's
in
like-
London. Yeah,
He
You're in
forgot
London.
what name he picked.
So
Yeah.
They them
Britain.
cunt.
you
What
guys
the
were
fuck?
raised.
Respond, they them cunts.
Yeah. So
Random Goon's like, who? Who's he talking
Yeah,
to? I don't
he had
know.
no idea.
I
He
Oh,
had
never
no
got
idea
my
he was
name.
talking to him.
wait, that's Random Goon.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
pleased to meet you.
Hey.
That's him.
I've seen you on Discord.
Oh,
So, and I appreciate you.
I love you
That's
too,
what-
bro.
What I'm getting at is you don't understand the transition of this weird. And I'm not advocating for anything. I'm just giving you a little slice of history. And that is, we're all fucked up.
Smooth.
And then what happened with the Catholic Church is all of a sudden the realization of all these priests fucking with little kids,
Oh yeah.
which really turned me off because they never got another dollar out of me after that.
Good man.
Yeah.
Hey Goon, are you Church of England all day long, right?
Yes. Fuck the
99%.
kids.
99% of the UK is Church of England, I believe.
Yeah. And you know what's
Really?
funny? They're Episcopalians. They have the same gospel
Really?
as we do.
Is that what you think of Britain?
99%.
You guys have the same gospel as a Catholic church. If you go to mass, you go to
It's all
church.
cream teas and
Church.
gold and, isn't it?
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
go to
yeah,
mass
church.
the day after tomorrow,
Yeah.
go to church the day after tomorrow, it's the same gospel as a Catholic church at the same time. So how different are we?
Oh, well, not at all, because we don't go to church.
Well, okay. Well, good for you. Me neither.
Wait a second.
I mean, there's
I was told
no-
by a British guy that 99% of the country is Church of England, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck that is.
And-
Is that
and if
right
you
or
go-
wrong?
That's a load of
Steve.
bullshit.
Steve,
Bullshit. Okay.
I think it's less than that.
Yeah.
Steve,
No.
if you go to Church of England mass or service, and at the same time, maybe an hour later, go to a Catholic mass, it's the same gospel.
Goon, what were you going to say?
Well, we're not religious in this country at all.
Right.
To be honest, nobody gives a shit. Yes, I was born Christian, but it's not in my life at all. I don't give a shit about Christianity.
Good man.
Okay, if you're Christian and you enjoy it and you're not hurting anybody, and yeah, it's fine. Fuck it.
I
But
agree
It's
with
like
you.
you look at anything in life.
I-
Go for it.
the
It's like your own
majority
life.
thing is though, my school, everybody I know is more either atheist or agnostic than they are religious.
Yeah.
Believing in no God or some
Or-
presence.
Oh, like me, I just don't give a shit. I
Right.
don't care. Like, if you present a god to me, I'll be like, okay, fine. Zeus, hey, buddy, I'll high five you. But yeah, if you can't present that fact, then I just don't care. But I'm not going to say, oh, well, fucking gods are stupid. You're an idiot,
Sure.
because I'm not a dickhead like that. Really?
And you're not a dictator.
No, I'm just chill.
Yeah.
That's how I believe I am.
Unlike the governor of my state.
Well, yeah, okay. So he's pretty religious, I'm guessing.
No, he's not. He's just. Anyway, I don't
Yeah,
want.
but you look at the guy like Rick. What is it, Rick Romney or whatever his name was?
Mitch.
Yeah,
Mitt,
Mitt Romney.
Mick Romney. Yes,
Mittens.
he's Mormon.
He's a
he
Mormon.
was in a cult. Yes, Mormon or
Yeah,
cult.
it is.
Yeah, it's just
I don't know.
How
Why
is it more occult than any other
That's
religion?
exactly what I was gonna say.
I don't know. Jehovah's Witnesses. Ooh,
The
they're a bit
Mormons
cool.
have special underwear. That makes it a cult, okay? And
But I
that's
mean,
true.
the
That
only
is true.
the only reason it
Really?
seems out there
Yes.
is because it's a smaller percentage of people that believe in it. So, like,
They-
if it was the common religion, like Catholicism or something else, then it wouldn't seem so. I mean, this stuff in the Bible is out there to somebody that doesn't believe in that, just as much as
Rocket
Mormon
Steve.
wearing weird underwear.
Yeah, I
and-
mean, my religion that that I was not so much raised in, but sort of raised next to. It was full of bizarre
Right.
things that you would call a cult, including garments that are
Right.
special, and
Right.
what could be a weirder holiday than Passover?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so many of them like that too. So I mean, you could,
And I know a Orthodox Jew, and he wears the yarmulke.
There's the yarmulke.
So I mean, all
to
and
fill in and all kinds of things.
He can't shave like with a. He has to use like an electric razor or something. So
there's so many bizarre rules.
Of the year, it's ridiculous.
You would roll your eyes if you knew all the rules.
Exactly.
They
have to pray. They have to pray for like 24 hours when somebody dies of some prayer
sitting Shiva.
Yep. Sitting Shiva, yeah.
Can he do a kickflip with his yarmulke on?
No.
No, he's not one of those friends. One of the cool ones.
He's not a friend so much as he is my best customer.
Aphid, you know what he comes down to?
I love this guy.
These are places that people find comfort, and I'm not going to judge anybody about what's weird or anything else. Because when I was in college, I used to eat food from Hare Krishnas. So
that's not really judge work.
Did they at least shower?
Well, I never smelled them. They didn't smell bad.
How hairy were they?
No, they shaved their heads, dude.
That doesn't sound very hairy.
Hare Krishnas.
I will stop going down that road.
Yeah,
it didn't get the laughs I thought it would.
I thought you were talking about the SS
for quite a while now.
Yeah.
It didn't take hold last year. I tried helping you out and bringing some more into it, but it just ain't. Nobody's feeling it.
I'll still throw them out there. I don't care who likes them.
I like them. I appreciate it.
So much of my mind is dedicated to other things now that jokes have been like pushed out. I guess they've deleted from memory because I don't have any more. I used to be Stevie the Joke Man. I had fucking 50 jokes ready to go, but when you guys were busting them out on, what was it, National fucking Joke Day?
National Joke Day last week. Yeah.
I got nothing. I was like, what was that one about? There's something about tits and sweaters, and I couldn't remember the joke, and it was a great joke when I remembered it, but I got nothing. I'm just
you know what the problem with me, Steve, is all my jokes are dated. Nobody gets them.
At least you have a joke. I got nothing. So
Last Dance, tell us a joke.
Nobody knows who Jack Benny is.
I want to hear a Last Dance joke. Come on.
I got nothing right now.
Oh, come on, Last Dance.
Oh, I posted them there.
Got a big old brain on there.
I gave. What was this one with the coffee? I gave my son.
You gotta at least change them till they fit you. Like you don't have a son, and you were telling there was some other joke you told.
No, I don't gotta change them.
You have to change it to it.
I'm not changing a thing. You think I'm typing them? I'm copying and pasting. That's how little work I'm doing.
Oh no!
I got a joke.
Oh, here we go.
We're looking at it. Sorry, go. Go. You're ready.
Okay.
Go.
So there were these two boys. They were always getting into trouble, and they were just normal little boys. They would run around and maybe break windows, throw a stone into the house, and so their parents were quite concerned that if anything went wrong in town, their children would be accused of that violation. So the parents went to the parish priest and they said, look, Johnny and Sam are vigorous young boys, and we're concerned that if they don't behave, anything that goes wrong, they will be blamed for. So the priest said, and I'm going to do it with an Irish accent, well, send the boys down and send the youngest one first. So the parents sent the youngest.
That was the best Irish accent I've ever heard. By the way.
Aphid, you gotta give me this, man.
Sorry, go ahead.
All right. So the little boy went down to the
I'm
church.
jumping the gun, aren't I?
He went into the rectory,
Do you know any shoes?
and the priest.
Go ahead.
Come on, you went this far.
So the priest said to the young boy, he said, "Sit down." And the boy sat down, and the priest looked at him and said, "Where is God?" And the little kid got a little concerned and didn't know how to answer. And the priest looked at him again and said, "Where is God?" And the boy ran out of the house, ran out of the rectory, down the steps, into the street, and ran home. He came up the steps to his home and ran through the living room. And his brother saw him. He ran into his bedroom. His brother followed him. He was in his closet. And the boy, his brother said, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And he was hidden behind all the clothes in the closet.
I finally have a fucking joke. It's gone on for so long. I finally.
Well, you got to be patient, Steve.
Now I'm gonna lose it.
I'm an old man.
Write it down.
You got to
Okay,
deal with it.
where's my pen?
This feels like a BuzzFeed article.
No, wait. So the older brother said to the younger brother, who was shivering at the back of the clothes in the closet, and he said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "God is missing, and they think we have something to do with it."
All right.
That's not bad.
I lost
That's not
it.
bad. That was not bad at all.
All right.
Well,
a bit
for those
long-winded.
who have the ability to maintain a sense of attention, it's not a bad joke at all.
Not bad at all. I was afraid it wouldn't be funny, but it was funny.
Not bad. I'll rewatch it one more sober and maybe.
Yeah,
If it makes you feel better, McRandy, it was so funny. I pissed myself. It wasn't because of the joke, though. It was just because it took so damn long. I had to pee at the beginning of
All
it.
right.
Well, that's what
I
is
got
that
one. I
why
got
your
one.
white
Here we
shirt
go.
has
I
yellow
gotta tell you.
stains on it now?
That's what's wrong with you young people.
Small
You have no
bladders.
fucking patience.
Here we go. All right. There's three people praying in a
Better
room.
sense of humor, I think.
All right. There's three people. We got a black guy. This joke's from about 15 years ago. We got a
You're
black
right.
guy. We
Good.
got a Muslim guy, and we got a woman. Black guy goes into a room and says, "God, when will there be a black president?" And God says, "Maybe in your lifetime." And the Muslim guy goes into the room and says, "God, when will there be a Muslim president?" It says, "Not in your lifetime." And the woman goes in and says, "Lord, when will there be a woman president?" And God says, "Not in my lifetime." All right.
All right.
A good one.
Sorry,
All right.
wife, if you're watching. I love you. Just kidding.
Steve, I got a Polish joke. You ready?
Oh, wait.
We're gonna get.
Hold on. Let me get my pillow.
It all starts out innocent, but it ends up.
Yeah.
We end up getting banned in the end.
No, this is good. There were three guys.
Is
They're
it
working on a
short?
high-rise.
Is it short though?
I'll try and cut it down for you.
Please.
There were three
Yeah.
guys. There was an Italian, a Jewish guy, and a Polak, and they worked the high iron, New York City. They're building skyscrapers.
Mm.
And one day they're sitting out there for lunch. The Jewish guy says, "Kabasi." No, wait, I got to get it right. He says, "Veltefish, Veltefish, Veltefish. I can't take this anymore. If I have Veltefish one more day, I'm going to jump off this building."
Gefilte fish.
Yeah,
I knew what he meant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
okay. Right.
I love that shit.
So you had the Italian guy. Sausage, pasta, sausage, pasta. One more day, I'm going to jump off this building. The Polish guy says, "Kabasa, kabasa. If I have kabasa another day, I'm going to jump off the building." The next day, Italian guy has his pasta.
Yes, and
He makes it happen. He eats it.
Yes. Yes.
The Jewish guy says, "I've got my what was the
Gefilte
Jewish
fish.
guy having?
Gefilte fish.
Gefilte fish. I'm gonna have my gefilte fish." And the Polak says, "Kabasi, kabasi," and he jumps off the building.
All
So-
right. I'm going to make
so-
a declaration right here, right now. McGrandy, this will be the last joke you will ever fucking tell on
All
the
right.
pub, okay?
All right, so you got to
So
get this.
make this shit good.
All right,
Last time, homeboy.
all right. I'm with you, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate your indulgence. So the next 2 days later, they're at the funeral, and the Italian guy's there, and his wife is there, and the Jewish guy is there, and his wife is there, and the Polish guy, his wife is there, who died, and
Wait, somebody's wife died?
no, the Polish guy jumped off.
She's a widow.
Yeah, the widow.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I
Kielbasa.
keeping up. Sorry.
So the Italian wife says, "You know, he told me and I changed his lunch." And the Jewish lady says, "You know, I gave him something different after that." And they looked at the Polish lady and she was dumbfounded. And they said, "What happened?" And she says, "I don't know. But every morning my husband gets up and he makes his own lunch."
Paul Greystone's in the house. How are you, Paul?
Anyway,
Oh, how's it going?
All right. Hi, buddy.
Chappelle would appreciate that one.
He would totally. Paul, how are you?
Yeah. How's it going, Paul?
It's good. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Alright.
Yeah.
You got any more, McGrandy?
Yeah, I do.
No!
lots.
Aphid!
You got any,
Slut
you got any
you
more jokes?
So bad.
Oh, Aphid. You know what? I love you, man. You're fucking wasted, and I like that.
Aphid's
That's the
gonna
problem with your jokes. It's aphid lips wasted.
It's just what we-
No, it's you know
What
what
are
it
you
is.
smoking, homeboy? A burner or a real
Me?
deal?
Just a cig.
Just a burner? Oh, come on.
I was thinking about maybe going in. We call them over here, taking it a little toot is what we call them.
Smoke a whole joint, dude, on cam. Let's roll.
I can't. I've never rolled a joint in my life. I couldn't do that.
Holy shit,
Man, I could roll.
Steve! You would like me to be with you because I can roll a joint in a fucking blazing wind.
What do you think? I can't? I mean, come
Well,
on.
I don't
smoke
know.
I smoke like probably 2,500 joints a year, maybe 3,000.
Well, I appreciate that, and I really want to commend you on not using pipes or any fucking other bullshit. Because the only way to
He
smoke
just
weed,
used one today while we were on the show.
Well,
I don't want a pipe or a bomb.
Throw that
or
fucker
a
away.
waterfall or
that's paraphernalia. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it's
I
legal.
forgot. You're in a free state.
yeah.
Yeah, we rolling. I got a joint. I got a bong. This is crazy.
Oh, I didn't hear a proper like gurgle of the bong though. Right, yeah.
All right, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there it is.
Yes, there it is.
Man, I haven't
I
smoked.
want you
I
guys to
love
notice
you, Steve.
that Steve has a clean bong.
Yeah,
I bet you
fucking love
clean
you,
that
Steve.
fucker all the time, don't you? That's a
Every
clean
3
bong.
weeks.
Yeah, that's a clean bong. I can see it.
But lately, I've been into the papers and just rolling
Well,
joints.
that's the way you want to go, buddy.
I mean, but you know, I switch around. I flip flop.
I'm either a dugout or I got a little pipe.
Glass.
Yeah.
All right. You clean it.
Mike is
It's been
trying
a
to
while.
look for his crack
It's
right
been
now.
it's been a long while.
I can see him.
I mean, I've been
Ace.
there before. You only clean
He's
it when
found
you
it.
can't take a hit when it's so full of resin that you have like no choice. It's either like spend the $15 on a new pipe or like buy a bottle of rubbing alcohol. And it stinks, right? When you soak it and you try to, it's just nasty.
Oh, I hate the smell of an old bong. It smells like cornflakes that have been
Yeah,
left out in
It's
milk
horrible.
for like 3 weeks or something.
It's called resin.
It's
Get a piss,
fucking
boys.
horrid.
All right, we'll see you, Mac Grandy. Yeah,
Bye, Grundy.
man, that joke was horrendous.
That was.
But I love the guy. He's
You
cool.
waited until he left. It's like, yeah, that joke, mate.
But he's a good guy. You can't interrupt him.
I'm not sure I'd call it a joke. I'd call it an ordeal.
Yeah. It just sounded like a sequence of events.
you get closer to God just sitting through it.
Exactly. This should be a regular segment. Whenever anyone leaves, let's talk shit about them. So if they ever watch the pub again, they'll see it.
They'll be nice and offended.
No,
They would
this
have-
segment of McGrande's shitty jokes.
Right.
Go, McGrande.
And like when I leave, I fully expect you guys to talk shit about me. Then when I come back on, I'll be like,
I talk shit about you in front of your face. if I
yeah,
can,
and
so,
I don't care. I love it.
The best part about the
I
Grande
refuse to
jokes is
believe.
it's pure Grande.
Right. Exactly. Marty, what are you having tonight for a drink?
I've just finished a glass of wine, mate, and that's me done. I'm going to have this. And then,
No way.
Yeah.
Glass. Or get some
No,
of this.
No, the days of me falling asleep on air are long gone. Yeah.
Oh, well, you're not going to have another drink with us?
I've got
Come
nothing
on. I gotta
Look at this guy's drink. What
bourbon
is
here.
that? What is that blue bottle of Jim Beam? It's unusually colored, bro. What's the front label? Turn it, quarter turn. Hold it right up there. I'm going to put you on solo screen.
No, don't. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is regular. It just looks blue, kind of.
Yeah,
But
it's regular.
oh man, I thought you
Okay.
Brits hated that stuff.
No, I love this shit.
Kentucky.
That's good stuff.
Kentucky bourbon, best shit ever.
Wow.
Here, Smokesteve. This is my container of choice.
What do we have here? Let me show you. All right.
Container
Solo
of
layout.
choice, and it's a
You know what we call that back in the old days? Sidecar.
Sidecar.
Oh,
90-degree angle, pipe coming off the side of the stem, sidecar.
Yep.
Sherlock
Yeah.
is when they go like and dip down and then the pipe, and then you have your straight pipe. You guys know it all. They're all
I thought he was showing a chastity.
You still got me
thing.
on full
You know.
cam, by the way.
oh yeah, I do.
oh, but
No,
Well, we get a
sometimes I
chance to
start
look at
looking
you.
at the shit behind you, and I'm like, wow, look
Look
at all
at
that
you.
stuff.
Look at all that stuff.
what a handsome man he
You've got
is.
the time. You've got RuneScape in the background. and-
Oh, fuck.
There's
What? Who
There's
are the two portraits?
one is Capote from that. It's Philip Seymour Hoffman from the movie
Yeah.
Capote.
Yeah.
And then
And the other
that's
is Lance Mountain.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
Lance
we've
Mountain,
talked about
one of
that.
the
Don't know,
coolest
don't know.
skateboarders ever.
Pioneer,
Really? Oh yeah, I see it.
Some
total
of
pioneer.
some of my
Lance
paintings.
The one on the right.
Have you done that?
Yeah, I
That's
painted
good,
them.
bro. He's
Yeah.
good.
Cool.
I got some more. You want to see some more?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
I love him. He is a great artist.
Show. Yeah,
There's
dude.
there's me.
He feels pretty
Self-portrait.
badass. Yeah.
Hold on.
Look at
Solo
you.
layout.
There's me.
Oh
right
my
there.
God.
There's the lead singer of the Pixies. There's Mia Farrow. How can I not figure this out?
Who's the black guy?
Is that
It's
George
just a
Floyd?
friend of mine. And then this is Andy Rooney
Yeah, I can see
from
that.
60
Yes.
Minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Andy Rooney.
And this one you can't see, but it's
It almost looks like Marvin Gaye.
Wait, no, that's not the lead. Isn't the bass
Can't see
player
'cause of the
from
glare.
Pixies?
no.
You're a talent,
Frank
dude.
Frank
The
Black.
girl?
Frank Black.
No, the one on the left, the front.
That's a girl.
Yes.
It's Mia Farrow. Around
Oh,
the time she did
okay.
Magnifying glass.
around the time it's actually a 4-leaf clover she's holding.
Okay.
That's
around the
cool,
time
bro.
she did
Dude, you are so
Rosemary's
talented.
Baby.
Why don't you do me?
Yeah.
Whoa.
The one
Oh, wow.
Well, you need to talk to Marty about that.
Right.
Well, you're
Man.
gonna have to talk to me. I'm Aphid's pimp. So
You go blue in a flash, McGrandy.
Uh,
we'll sort out time and
The one of the older guy. Did he say he's off TV? One of the older guy.
Yeah,
On the right.
there was a television, like a news program we used to have. Well, I still do. It's called 60 Minutes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Every Sunday, and that was he did like this little segment that was always
at the end.
It just made an impression on me when I was a kid.
Yeah, and you know what?
Obviously, I don't know who it is. I really like the colours on that one.
Well, that one's actually the only one that's actually like oil painting. The other ones are they're all oil, but that one's like thick oil on a canvas, where the other ones are dry brush.
So you remember about
the contrast between the background and then the colours in his face? I really like the green.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Remember the show 60 Minutes when like they would show the little stopwatch with the hand?
They still do. They still
do, buddy.
It starts at the top, and as the show goes on, I
explained that to my lady, and she was astounded. I was like, you notice how at the beginning it's at like, the beginning and of a and then I was like, after the first story, it's like 15 to 17 minutes after like. It's like tick, 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 tick.
Right.
It's like the producer, like old school. I envision a producer using this to like time off the show, the commercials, yada yada. And she was like, "Wow, I totally never noticed that. I wonder if a lot of people like had never noticed the fucking stopwatch is actually keeping time on the damn show."
Actually, the ticking of the stopwatch is endemic of 60 Minutes. It's like like part of the whole thing.
Yeah. They broke some great stories over the years. I mean, an absolutely awesome story.
Yeah.
When there's like a big, special forces, something or other over there in the fucking where the people, go and kill people with guns section of the world. 60 Minutes, when they have that 20-minute interview with whoever who killed bin Laden or whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's must watch TV, pardon me. I think that's where they shine,
I want to recommend that you should check Frontline from PBS.
Yeah, Frontline's good too.
These are high quality documentaries.
Frontline did a really heavy story early on how it was basically focused on the COVID-19 and
yes, that was a wonderful expose.
The early on one kind of said it came from
out of Wuhan,
a lab.
Yeah.
To be honest,
they said there was no way that this thing wasn't modified in a lab.
No, they insinuated that, and it was that was a great documentary, and they have one on December 6th as well, or January 6th. They have one. You can go to their website, Frontline.
Oh, she's commenting, and I watched it my whole life, and she didn't realize it. It was funny. I love her. She's so great. And she loves CBS Sunday Morning.
Me too.
That's nice to have a little mini omelet, because we're not having big Sunday breakfasts anymore.
Actually, Sunday morning for CBS.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Comes on at 9 o'clock. It's awesome.
That's what I said. But that's good.
The problem with like 60 Minutes and Frontline, if they do a story on January 6th or do a story on, the election, the last election we had, they lose credibility with, so much of the population because
Sunday morning ain't touching January 6th, bro.
They didn't touch it.
No way, man.
No, I didn't see that at all.
They wouldn't dare.
No way. This is like easy watching,
Oh yeah, like fun stories.
Yeah,
arts, nature.
Yeah,
somewhat. They might get a little bit into something, but
they closed the show with a natural nature experience, flowers or the Blue Hills of West Virginia or whatever.
It's always got the sounds too. There's insects or birds or something. Yeah.
It's a
great experience.
Yeah, Jane Pauley hosts it, but
yeah.
In all honesty, every week it's someone different, and they're always like, and this week Jane Pauley's off again, and it'll be me hosting.
Well, she's
like,
been
what
on
the
there so long.
Where's Jane Holt?
Well, I will definitely
Who the
tune
fuck
in.
I'm hosting?
Now she's off getting dicked in the Adirondacks. I don't know what that means. Okay,
She's-
next.
I do.
Yeah, Martin's like, yeah, I'm pretty familiar with that subject.
All right. Okay, that was out of nowhere.
Adirondack chair, Adirondack mountains,
Yeah, I was thinking the mountains, but now that you mention it, the chair works because then it could be anywhere in the whole world.
I actually feel sorry for you guys up north because you have to walk uphill. Everything down here is flat land. You have no idea. The only time I have to ride my bike uphill is a bridge.
Yeah, but up here, when we have to go for a strenuous walk, we actually elevate our heart rates. Whereas down there, everything's fucking flat, and you're at like 72 the whole time. You're like, oh, yep, what a workout. Got my pulse up to 73 today. I mean, come on. You got to
Yeah,
get
but
elevation.
But it's 100 degrees. That's the difference.
So you're boiling with a medium.
Yeah,
to
we're
low
seeking
pulse?
shade. We're seeking shade.
Now,
And
I heard that Massachusetts is having a severe drought, like the worst they've had in years.
That's what they say. I mean, it's dry as fuck. I'm not going to say I use a sprinkler, but on occasion, I do use a sprinkler.
Is there like a water short? Like you're not supposed to use more water?
Not
than
quite
you can?
sure about the town laws.
You want to like hose span pipe or something?
Right? Go hook the sprinkler up to the hydrant.
Just do it at night. Nobody will know.
Free water. Yeah, I mean, not a bad idea.
That's how I treat prostitutes.
Right.
Just go up at night. No one will know.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Around here, a lot of people try to use rain barrels, but I mean, it's been dry. It's been beautiful, but extremely dry. So,
it'll change, Steve.
Drier than Jane Pauley?
well, I would say I was going to mention someone else who recently died, but I won't.
Oh, Anne Heche?
Okay, you mentioned her. That's terrible.
Oh, okay.
She's been gone long enough. I think we joke about her now, right?
What, like 2 days?
Yes.
Too soon. Too soon.
I'll joke about anybody, but I feel terrible. She died a terrible death.
There you
Now,
go.
She did, but she
Who
fucking
die?
deserved
Who
it.
doesn't die?
Nobody
for
deserves
it.
it.
No.
Obvious
She
question
didn't deserve it.
is
She caused it, but she didn't deserve it.
Man, I don't know,
is-
man.
is
Okay,
anyone-
like this is the way I look at it. Like if she did hit somebody, like how would you have felt then? And it's just
That's a
by-
complete
it's just-
hypothetical. She
But
didn't.
it's just by coincidence that she didn't hit anybody. She was
No,
wasted
it could
beyond
have been
compare,
by
and she
design.
raced
How do you
around.
know how wasted she was? She could have been suicidal.
You know what, though?
She did a
Anyone seen
podcast
the
that
weird
morning where she
video?
was.
What we really
I
have to look
agree.
at
wasted.
She was
Oh,
extremely
she's
reckless,
driving
but
a Mini Cooper. Mini
She
Coopers
did a
are
podcast.
like
oh,
one
it's
of the safest
fine.
cars on the road. And that I mean, they used to do like North Africa, right? The Mini Coopers. That's the actual source of the design for the Mini Cooper.
I
you
thought
know who makes the Mini Cooper now?
Not
BMW.
Yeah, BMW.
It's not a British
But-
car anymore.
I thought
No,
it was
German
No,
Volkswagen.
but
was the parent company.
BMW sources
No,
it
it's BMW.
from multiple different manufacturers.
How do we end up
No.
talking about a Mini Cooper?
No.
Well, because she crashed in a
was
Mini
driving-
Cooper. That's
No,
what
that's what she was driving.
Right, let's dance. What? How do we get into this?
Anyway,
Has
here's the
anyone
funny
seen
thing.
Hold on,
She
Mr. Andy.
survived the crash.
Oh.
Yes.
Pulled her out. She was
Right.
alive when they got her out.
Yes.
It happens a lot of times when you're fatally injured.
Yeah,
You
but it's
survive
a
and
Mini Cooper.
Well, what ended up happening was that she had severe pulmonary damage, which means her lungs, because she inhaled burning car and
Yeah.
Yeah.
fire for
right, exactly.
Well,
an hour, maybe even 75 minutes. And I think that's what the firefighters said. I don't know
Yeah.
why they couldn't hose the fuck out of the car, but
Yeah.
there appeared to be a problem with her.
She- I think it was actually she hit the steering column.
Mm.
She had thoracic damage from from the impact.
She is a woman after all.
That's my opinion. I don't know enough, but
Mhm.
I don't know how long it took for them to get her out of the car or any of that. But
Well, I think we could all agree. I mean, sucks to go that way, and it's
What's her blood
maybe
alcohol
not. She
limit?
never woke up, Steve. Maybe it was the way to go. You know.
Let me ask you this, Aphid. Have you ever, in your early younger days, made a mistake and jumped behind the wheel and driven?
No.
Never in your life?
No, I got no sympathy for people that get just completely shit faced and drive around.
Even in your younger days?
No.
I never got completely shit faced, but I've driven when I probably shouldn't have.
I did as well, and I don't have a license.
I did it.
So,
I was driving down the road and I saw a cat.
but I
and
was
I
less
swerved
drunk
into a lawn.
than my
And I hit the
friends.
brakes, and I went spinning around in my car, and I
Jesus.
ended up in the passenger seat.
No.
And I was able to reach over and grab the steering wheel and put myself back in the driver's seat. And I got home, and after that day,
And I got
always
home.
wore a seatbelt.
No.
When you
but
drove
like-
drunk.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah, I
thinking.
did.
like the drunk driving part.
Lesson is wear a seatbelt.
Yeah,
Guess
wear a
so.
seatbelt.
Well, you know, I
Hey,
never drove
drunk-
when I was shit faced, but I walked once, crossed a busy
I
street,
did too. I did.
and I was, just lucky I didn't get run over.
Well, shit face.
Yeah, I mean,
I've
walking
walked
is...
walked miles shit faced.
No,
Yeah, me too.
I
It's awesome.
actually,
I don't know about awesome.
I
Well,
gotta
The
tell
when
you,
you
next,
feel
the
like
next
the
day, it ain't
Terminator-
awesome.
I
When-
felt
when
like
I
the
was like
Terminator
19.
when I was walking drunk. I'd be like, I can walk for 1,000 miles right now. I never fucking stop, just keep going. But you're right. Once you get there, you smoke a couple joints, maybe
Yeah.
do a few lines, a couple beers, and then, you hit the hay or whatever.
Christ.
But these were years ago, like maybe, I don't know, what?
Well,
one-
I
one
remember,
Just
I
wear your
remember my
seatbelts,
mate
boys.
getting out the car, running around somebody's pool, not pool, what do you call it?
Swimming pool?
No, not
Porch.
a swimming pool. No. Like
Patio.
a pond.
Deck,
Oh,
With
pond.
the fishing.
a pond.
3 times before he threw up inside of it, got back in the car and went, you got to drive. And I was like, I don't have a license. He's like, I can't drive. And it's like, all right, fuck it. So I had to drive home.
Interesting.
And you made
Did you know how to drive?
No.
Like you've never had a license?
No.
Wow.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a trip for us over
Wow.
here.
So I had to drive home for 8-9 miles?
wow.
Home?
Miles?
Yeah.
For our American viewers, you have
Yeah.
no idea how much you saved in not having auto insurance.
You're talking to like one person, so I mean, hey, Marty, do you have a license to drive? Yes.
Yeah.
Are you a good driver? Wow, look at you, Marty.
Fifth Amendment there, Marty.
No, Marty.
There
says
is no
he has-
Fifth Amendment in the UK.
Well, we're gonna send that over.
No, I'm not.
What do you mean send it over?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means, putty.
They have some similar laws, but anyway.
Saying putty instead of buddy. So
Right.
let's put it this way: I am in no condition to drive, and I never would attempt it. Marty, what do you say?
I don't want you driving in my country.
I'm going to leave you
Fuck
to
off.
it, gents, because I've run out of water.
Oh, Marty, it won't be the same without you,
Marty.
buddy.
Wow,
That's
no,
good
Marty's
pleasure.
not gonna have.
We'll miss
Hey,
you, Marty.
take care, Marty. It was great having you.
See you later, guys.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Yeah.
See you, my
Love you,
friend.
bro.
See you later.
Take care, man.
See ya.
Peace.
I love
Was.
that guy.
And then there were
That guy.
5.
Wait, so now I know he's still watching. Hi, Marty. What's up, homeboy? I know you're watching. So now that he fell asleep a little bit on camera. I mean, who doesn't? I've done it on my own streams that I've been
Yeah,
hosting.
you have.
So
Yeah.
I mean, like now he's not going to have a drink because he fell asleep as a guest. Come on, dude.
Oh,
He's
no, I
being
don't think-
polite. He wants to see. It's like
I-
3 a.m. there. He wants to
Yeah.
go to sleep.
You imagine
Yeah, I'm
those
pretty-
guys.
Yeah, I doubt it had anything to do.
Yeah.
I don't
you-
want him to feel bad. Is all I'm saying. Trust
All you
me,
British
I've fallen
guys,
asleep with the
Much
best of
respect
them.
for you standing up.
I mean, he comes on
Thank
here with
you.
a name
Thank
of
you, Migrande.
I like backdoor loads or whatever. So
Love.
I'm sure. Yeah, I love.
Wait, what
So
was
I don't
that,
think-
Aphid? You like bad?
No,
Backdoor
Marty
loads?
had his username was I love backdoor loads.
Yeah, you love backdoor
So
loads.
I don't think pride is at the top of Marty's,
This
list.
No, not
you don't
pride.
understand that this is an electrical engineering term. A load is another term for current.
Oh, that's okay.
And,
My bad on that one.
Yeah,
then.
but backdoor
white shirt
load
might-
is not an applicable term for electrical engineering. I know.
Well,
a
you
lot
don't.
about that.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know their lingo. They have their own
I
lingo.
do. I do.
Maybe
also, I think,
you're right.
I think a
Last
white
answer.
shirt is a bad color shirt to wear for backdoor loads, Aphid. So.
I'm not the one that likes
Yeah.
loves backdoor loads.
No. Okay.
No, it's who
Actually,
loves them
Aphid, I
again?
think you're being quite judgmental.
Oh, is
here
that
we
a
go.
fact?
There we go.
Sum it up with a joke, maybe.
No, God, please, no. So, what are you guys thinking on the direction of this defund the FBI? Does anyone agree with that? Can I get anyone to?
No,
Of course
Yes.
not. Nobody agrees with it.
Okay.
There's no sane
Yes.
person. But I bet on Drone Tech show, it was probably the overwhelming.
Exactly.
It was 100%.
Well,
You
no,
were the
but-
only one that wasn't.
but-
Well, I
but
was just
so-
trying to get to the bottom of the whole thing. I mean, obviously, I'm way outgunned there in the sense of trying to debate people. It's stupid. So I'm just kind of
Well,
there
Yeah,
to
but
learn
Steve,
tell
what
me-
their beliefs are and to understand them. So not a big
Steve,
deal.
Next
I
time-
want to
se-
know.
next time
I
you go
don't
on
know.
the drone
I want
tech,
to know.
Can you invite me?
Oh yeah, you.
I'm bringing my friend Migrande.
You know, I might be able to throw you the link. You could try on your own, and
Okay.
I'll pre-warn him about you, and then
I don't know.
Alright.
He really does enjoy talking with me. It seems like.
No,
so.
no,
He might
seriously.
enjoy.
Yeah, go.
Grande.
Can I give
Seriously,
you?
I would like to know
Yes.
why the opposite. Like, why not?
Why not?
Why do we need an FBI? And
Why? Well,
Yeah.
Because they had the audacity to carry out a court order and
they had the audacity.
and
No, I think-
fulfill a subpoena or a search warrant for Margot Largo.
I
Margo.
would say to you, the reason we need
Bitch Margo.
an agency
Largo,
like
Largo.
that is our hope
Yeah.
is that they're going to possibly stop people from infiltrating or hurting Americans, like protecting American lives on a greater sense of like national, international, and
Right. And
know-
why was the FBI created in the first place?
well, I mean, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, you know.
It was designed to take care of
And
law enforcement.
It's done.
They're
its
the
job.
main federal law enforcement investigative agency.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
They
it's done.
investigate for
There's-
the federal
Hey.
government.
There are many crimes that are federal crimes that are not investigated by states. They cross state lines, or they're purely federal crimes, or there's many different significant crimes that that the FBI is the primary law enforcement body that would
Kidnapping-
investigate.
So it's only
Kidnapping a
because
person
some
and driving
states
across
or
state
provinces-
lines.
That doesn't mean that I'm against criticism of the FBI. I mean, they're,
Right.
that's perfectly legitimate.
Well, everything should have some criticism.
Absolutely, and that doesn't mean that
Absolutely.
they're beyond reproach at all.
My
I
thing
think
that I love about this whole debate that seems to be going on right now is okay, maybe the FBI has lied in the past, and we shouldn't devote our lives to believe in every single thing that they say, but the two parties that are involved, you got one that cannot tell the truth.
Come back on, Marty. Come back on. You're invited.
Come
You got-
15 more minutes.
You got one. You got one that has told a white lie every once in a while, and
Who?
you got these people that are just like oh, well, let's dump the one that we can prove here or there that they haven't been as truthful as possible, and let's believe this guy that has done nothing but lie since ever.
I don't like comparing the two. I'd rather hold each one accountable individually.
I agree, and I have done that since the beginning of this whole situation. What I'm saying is, you don't throw one under the bus that has told the truth a lot more than the other one that has lied more.
And you know what the funny thing is why don't they actually look at history like Ruby Ridge or Waco or
They do.
or no, but that's what they
No,
need to
they
look
don't.
at. Those are the mistakes that the FBI and the federal agencies made.
There's a lot of mistakes. I mean,
Yeah,
those are
there's
just
a
the
lot of
beginning.
mistakes out there. And-
Ruby Ridge was one of the most horrendous mistakes ever made.
Yeah, and it's totally ignored.
Yeah, but
And it's,
Yes, but it does not even enter the circumstances of them serving a warrant.
You don't know for sure. I mean, I also don't know for sure, but the Carter Page FISA warrant was full of deceptions and dishonesty. But that doesn't mean this is the same. It just means that not trusting them is perfectly reasonable. That doesn't mean defund the FBI is not a response to not trusting them.
Last answer, I've got a problem with that because a lot of the data or the information that came in about Donald Trump and that particular warrant actually came from foreign intelligence services that actually
you don't know anything about it.
Well, I do.
Okay.
And I don't have any inside information, but just
I don't have inside information. I have publicly known information.
Well, if you have inside information, can you indulge us?
Significant parts of the Carter Page FISA were actually sourced from the Steele dossier, which in turn was totally, almost entirely fictitious or pure almost entirely third-party gossip.
That was one aspect of the FISA warrant.
It was a significant part of it, not just one aspect. It was a significant part of that application.
Intelligence services that
those were minor parts of it.
Corroborated a lot of what came out of that.
No,
dossier.
they were not corroborating. There were no corroborations from foreign intelligence services.
Well, I have to say that there's no way I can prove my opinion, but maybe it's due.
And that's just one thing. That causes people to mistrust them on political grounds. But there are totally non-political things that the FBI does all the time that are, there was just there was a case recently in, I think it was Nevada. There was a company called Private Vaults, which is basically like safe deposit boxes. You'd find at a bank, but this is a company that just does safe deposit boxes. And not surprisingly, there are some people who are criminals that take advantage of that. Well, the FBI asked for a warrant to seize this company's assets, and the warrant was restricted in many ways so that people who are not suspected of crimes would not have their boxes rifled through.
Was it restricted or redacted, like with lines?
No, it was the judge signed off on the warrant, and it had contained restrictions that you are not to go fishing through people's people's vaults if you don't already have probable cause to suspect them. In other words, you can't, just because the analogy is if a landlord is suspected of a crime, that doesn't mean that the FBI can search every apartment of every tenant looking for criminal activity without some probable cause. But this is exactly what, and that warrant, basically the FBI ignored that warrant and did exactly that. And they're in court now, and they're going to lose eventually, but they're fighting tooth and nail every step of the way. So,
Well, that's interesting.
Right. I'm gonna get off. But thank you guys for letting
Oh,
me join.
man.
And
and thanks for that great show. I really appreciate it. Makes my Fridays.
See you, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take it easy.
Good night, everyone.
See you, Goon.
Stay well.
Be well, my friend.
Now that I don't trust Trump,
No.
so I don't have any. I don't automatically disbelieve that the FBI is. Well, I simply withhold judgment until I see something convincing.
I can respect that.
Last chance, I got a question for you. What do you think of this whole Liz Cheney thing? How do you feel about her?
I have a lot of reasons not having anything to do with Trump to not like Liz Cheney.
Oh, what are they?
She's a warmonger. She's that kind of side of the Republican Party.
Right. Well, her dad.
She always was.
Yeah.
And her dad.
Wow, that's so refreshing.
And her dad was Dick Cheney, and she's basically defended everything he's done, including the stupid Iraq War. I'm sure the last thing she said about it was, it was the right thing to do. So,
wow.
But on the other hand, I have, I can respect her for not going along with Trump, and for saying he should be impeached. I mean, that those are principled positions, and yes, that would cost her any chance in her party, and that's the cost of principles,
Isn't it kind of funny that a Republican warmonger is one of the shining lights to the Democratic Party?
No, Republican.
The only reason there's only one reason they like her,
Yeah.
and that's because she's against Trump. And
She's against Trump. And
that's the only thing that they would ever.
Her part on that committee has elevated her to total rock star status.
Right. Well, there's
Well, I mean, they wouldn't they wouldn't if she was running for president, they wouldn't vote for her though.
No, but they loved her as
they actually. I saw an interview with a bunch of where she was. Wisconsin. Is that where's she at? No, it's not Wisconsin.
Wyoming.
Yeah.
I knew it started with a W. Anyway, there's a lot of Democrats that registered as Republicans to try to keep her in office.
Right.
But every single one of them, when pressed, admitted that they don't agree with any of her policies and that they wouldn't vote for her for president if it was against a Democratic, somebody running against her, but they just didn't want, I mean, I think that the whole Republican Party is repugnant and embracing of this whole Trumpism thing that's going on right now.
Aphid, I'm going to make a prediction.
I agree.
She is not going to disappear from the.
I don't think. I think
politically she's toast.
Exactly. Instead
she's
of being
politically
a talking
toast, but
she'll be a talking point on
on a national level. She may not. Look, Sarah Palin is the Republican candidate for fucking Alaska for a U.S. Senate. Come on.
So what?
So what?
What does that have to do with Liz Cheney?
It has a lot to do with it. It's the mindset of these people, and that means that
there is no constituency who will ever vote for Liz Cheney again.
Yeah, but here's the beauty of it.
That's true.
The beauty of it is it's not a general election. It is the sorting and the pain of the Republican Party that we're witnessing. It's not the general election. It's not the independents and it's not the Democrats. So there are other people that have eyes out there. And my point is we don't know. Or we don't have faith in the American electorate. Maybe.
Well, I'll say this for her. She knew when she took on this role that this would cost her political career, and she did it. And she did it. So I have to.
That chick that just beat her, she was in pretty much full agreement with Liz Cheney. And she switched and she became this election denier. And she only did that she doesn't agree. Right. She doesn't believe those things.
No, these.
And then she got the votes. Just because
a vote's a vote, bro.
I just can't. It's just. I just don't understand.
I agree with you, Steve. We need to let the process happen. Unlike my governor, who does not want free voting process to happen. You know what? They just changed my precinct, and I wonder why they did that.
There's another thing I'll say is that it's very rare now to find politicians who are willing to buck their party's leaders.
Yeah.
And
those are the ones I like the best.
Absolutely.
I'm an independent.
So even though
we just saw what happened to her.
Yeah, I know. But I have to say, even though I don't agree with her on any other issue, I have to admire that she had the courage to.
In the last years, I love Joe Manchin. I love her. I love the I can't remember his name. The older guy that he ended up. I don't even think he ran again.
Don't you think Joe Manchin was a little bit of a narcissist, a blowhard? Like he would be, every fucking thing was on his vote. I think he was loving a little of that.
I mean, maybe, but I agree with a lot of, I don't know if we need to be spending a bunch of money. The same thing with Obamacare when it came out. I didn't think at that point we needed to be putting all that money.
The sad thing is
he agrees to it after like 3
from West Virginia.
No, he doesn't always agree to it in 3 weeks.
Not always,
from West Virginia.
This last one he did go along with eventually. But there's been many others that he didn't, and he stood his ground and he didn't go
I guess,
and it might just be because of his constituents. That it's a swing state and he doesn't want to risk his.
He's a coal mining.
Oh yeah, it's calculated all day long, Ethan. So my thought is that
Liz Cheney, it wasn't though. With Liz Cheney, it wasn't. That's why I respect her, because she knew
clearly hers wasn't calculated for political advantage. It was calculated for message only. She didn't care.
Corcoran, is that his name? Corcoran. What's that guy's? What's that guy?
Corcoran.
Corcoran.
From Tennessee, is that where he's from?
The white-haired guy. He ended up he didn't like Trump like from the get-go, and he stuck with it, and he ended up not running again. I think that's the guy I'm talking about.
Could be
Judge Smales.
I'm gonna look it up. I think it's Corker.
Oh, I love that movie.
I mean, a Caddyshack reference doesn't only have to happen in a golf match. You can give it any time, Come on, Lacey Underalls. I mean, we all thought she was one fine. Okay, we're on to the next subject.
I think we all agree with that.
Right. And what did D'Annunzio say when he first saw her? He said, Madonna with meatballs. I mean, what is that? What the fuck is
I don't know what that meant.
I know, right? I mean, and that was before, like, the pop star Madonna. So he was talking about, like, the Catholic lady Madonna. I don't even know. I mean, fucking
hey,
bizarre.
Steve, we've got a poll that came out recently in the state of Florida.
Yes.
Marco Rubio is running for re-election, and the Democrat is a black female named Deming. And in the most recent poll, she's up like 9% over him.
Yeah.
Which is astounding in the state of Florida, because being an old style Southern Democrat in the state of Florida.
Was that the primaries? What was it?
Yeah, no, general election survey, because Marco is going to definitely get the Republican primary.
Yeah, I mean, so who put on the survey? How many people? Sometimes these surveys can be askew.
Well, yeah, but I'm not certain. Sometimes it's like 1,100 people, so that's certainly not a.
It was Bob. It was Bob Corker from Tennessee last time.
Bob Corker.
Corker.
Yeah.
If they're not getting all the old people coming out of the VFWs and the Elks and the Scrod Squad getting their 5 o'clock special, broiled squad.
Hey, have you noticed?
Those are the people that are going to swing elections in Florida. They have a huge voter base, and they all vote. Trust me, my father, he's fucking Mr. Vote, first one in line. He knows his shit.
Well,
and he's 80, I don't know, high 80s. Like, he's so old now, we don't even put a number to it.
High 80s.
Well,
good for him, man.
This next election should be
good for him.
Quite astounding, because the state of Florida has made an effort to limit the ability of Democrats in particular to vote. They changed your precinct.
Would they put up barbed wire, some claymore mines?
No, they
I could get around those puppies, but no, they're not. They're making people wait in line. They're
Oh my
making people
God.
wait, and it's hot down here. But
You know what?
thank God.
I got an envelope today in the sealed government package. Was here's your primary. This is how I vote, and then I go and drop it off at the town hall. It's brilliant. It comes to me. I drop it off there. There's no.
We can't do that.
No waiting. No nothing. It's simple.
We can't do that. So instead of changing the voting precinct from my Catholic church, they're moving me over to the Methodists.
Ooh,
or the Methodists. But you know what? I remember those guys during Hurricane Wilma. They were giving us ice and water.
That's a nice method.
Yeah,
For the Methodists.
Yeah. So I'm going to vote, and they're not going to stop me. I don't even care. I have to camp out overnight. And there's a lot of people that think the same way as me.
What is their method? If they're Methodists, what the fuck is the method? I mean, they make this profound. They name themselves Methodist. Well, what's the method? What are they talking about? Anybody?
I have no idea.
I mean, it's weird, right?
Well, I'm sure if you knew the history, you would say, that makes sense.
Right. I mean, I don't know anything about Baptists, but according to the Blues Brothers, those fuckers dance all around the fucking church. They go crazy. But there's all these Baptist churches in Massachusetts that are in the really expensive white neighborhoods. So am I imagining all these like affluent, guys who pull up in a Porsche or a high-end Beamer, are they in there doing the...
No.
There's lots of different kinds of Baptists.
There must be. There's cool Baptists, i.e. the black ones who probably dance and listen to cool music. And then the white guys are over there fucking having the lamest party ever. Yeah. That's how I would see it. And that's why the Blues Brothers, when they first went to a Baptist church, let's not kid around here, when they were dancing and going nuts, these guys loved it. It was brilliant.
Do you remember the name of the church?
It was soul music.
The name of the church, if I recall, was the Triple Jump Baptist Church.
I love it.
Either that or I just, for some reason, made that up. But
I love that. Thank you. That's one of my favorite movies. I hate Nazis. I hate Nazis.
Yeah, and that part of it was so obscure and weird with the Nazi element, like following and and then the sewer scene at the end when they're like underground. It was so odd. Such a strange concept.
We're on a mission from God.
Why was it odd? I don't know. I never found it.
Well, you don't. It really, they're in Skokie, which was a city just north of Chicago, where I had some relatives live. There was a very controversial march by Nazis and
German immigrants who happened to side with that.
Yeah, they weren't really Nazis. They were American Nazis, wannabes.
The sausage belt, right?
The Bund.
Frank Collins was the leader, as I remember.
I've heard of this. Yeah.
And so that Nazi scene might have made sense to Chicagoans and people in the Chicago area. I didn't know whether it had any resonance with anybody else.
Well, I watched it in the movie. I was like, "What the hell is this?" Like during the concert.
I remember that though. Last Dance. I remember when that happened when they did the march. And it was Chicago just would not stand for it. So
a lot of these
to the movie,
Belushi and Aykroyd, and probably a lot of those guys spent time in Chicago with the Second City Players.
Right.
Probably around that time frame. So they're probably very familiar with it.
Major influence.
Speaking of, I wouldn't mind an orange whip right about now.
Oh, really? I could whip up a few cocktails. I wish we were hanging, dude.
Orange whip?
Yeah.
What's orange whip?
3 orange whips.
That would be from the dude.
No, when they were when it was John Candy when they sat in the
it's
theater.
John Candy who orders them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
The cops.
Have you ever had one?
Well, is it got liquor in it?
I can't believe you guys know the Blues Brothers, man. You are. I feel redeemed.
I've seen Blues Brothers seriously probably 100 times.
The music is great.
The
right?
version I saw is
Music
funny.
is fabulous.
It's funny because the version I saw, because it was recorded on VHS off of TV, so it was dubbed like over the bad words. So it's like if me and my brother watch it, we would recite it completely different than most people.
But you've seen the real thing, right?
I've seen the real one, yes,
All right,
but
You know what? It shows how talented Dan Aykroyd is. He really is a talent.
I'm not a big fan of Dan Aykroyd.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't say he was obvious. I would say the star was Belushi myself.
Yeah, he was too, but
He was the star.
but he's not
Aykroyd.
alive.
Aykroyd knows he's playing. He's basically the bass player, and if you listen to "Everybody Needs Somebody," that's like his role when he's singing. He sings the baritone, the bass lines, and it works. But I mean, Belushi is on fire, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, look at
Absolutely.
Animal House. Fucking Belushi and Animal House.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely fire performance.
I'm gonna just put it out there right now too. The music is not bad because I had the Blues Brothers. I'm sure it was a cassette, but it was most of the songs that they sang in the movie, and I feel like there was a couple other.
Dude,
type
how
of
about
they
how
were
about
good? They were good songs, man.
how
I'm
about
telling you.
Aretha in the diner?
Oh,
Oh,
man,
yeah. Oh, man.
Now,
she was
now
great.
the Blues Brothers come in and they order
Four fried. Wait, it was
Four whole
four
fried
chickens and dry white toast.
dry white toast, right? And now that's Matt Guitar Murphy, the big black
That's right.
guy on
Yeah.
the grill. And the skinny guy is also famous as hell, but the dude with the long
Yeah.
hair.
What was his name?
I can't
He was the
remember.
busboy.
Yeah, but he's a real member of the band, like
Right.
Johnny Horns fucking Henderson or something, but I'm forgetting it right now.
Yeah.
But, God, it'll come to me if I stop thinking about it.
Can
I
I
want to
tell
say
you-
Lou something. I want to say Lou something, but maybe not.
Oh, Blue Lou? Was it Blue Lou?
I don't know. Somebody was Blue Lou, I think.
Blue Lou was one of the guys. That was Blue Lou. I think it might have been Blue Lou, man.
I'm going to give you a
Absolutely
snapshot
awesome.
of time here, boys. I
Oh,
in
sweet.
in 1978, I went to the University of Florida. I was
Cool.
my last 2 years. And
Did you have to use the bathroom or?
No, but they had one movie theater, and it played the Blues Brothers. But what was the other one with the togas?
Animal.
Animal House.
Animal House. Animal House played for 2 years that I was in Gainesville.
Fabulous movie.
Yeah, it was in one movie theater, and for 2 years they played Animal House.
I could see myself getting high and going back to that.
But the
multiple
beauty of
nights
it
in a
was
row.
the beauty of it was is
in
I
the
actually was
70s.
I was
What the
going to
hell?
college parties in toga parties, and all the chicks were wearing togas. Oh,
Were you, Matt Grandy? Were you getting laid?
What are you
got
pointing at?
dude,
Don't point at me like that.
But
Those are
Grandy,
great.
you getting some
That's
cute
just
guys?
putting the
Cute
quotation
guys.
marks on the end.
no,
is what it's doing.
those were great days.
Right.
Those were great days.
You look like you're cupping something here.
Well,
Testicles. Huge
No.
testicles.
they were not testicles.
Togas.
Marty's gone.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Last
this will
dance
help
was
you
like
better.
testicles, and he whipped his hands down.
Maybe that'll help you better and understand what I'm talking about.
I think I understand.
I get it.
We get it.
Loud and clear.
It's okay.
I might be sheltered, but I'm not that sheltered.
Great tune. Give me shelter.
Yep.
Cup of tea. All right, here we go. Cup of tea's on Biden. He's riding Biden.
There we go.
Destruction for Biden in November.
I got on top.
Biden will not run again.
No, of course he won't.
But will Trump?
I don't know. I mean, he would be even older than Biden was when Biden got elected.
Yeah, I doubt it, but his ego is so much so that that the other part of me says he can't resist.
He does.
I
I will say
agree.
this: that I don't think that Trump has aged nearly as much in the last 5 years that Biden has.
Oh no, but Biden, yeah.
I don't know what's happening to Biden. Is he not eating? He seems like he's out of it. Get some coffee and the sandwich into that guy. He's
Biden has a cognitive
fuck
issue.
is
I don't know if it's dementia, but it's something like that, isn't it?
Right, or just
That's-
old age.
It's
My mom's
no,
old.
It's not just old age. It's
Well,
something significant.
my mom is old like Biden, and she is just like, she doesn't have dementia or nothing. She's just like
younger
she
than my
searches
dad.
for
How old's your
words.
mom?
Well,
My mom is 76 or 76-ish.
My dad's 87.
Yeah.
And in one conversation, he'll forget sort of like what the date for something is.
Sure.
But he always, like, then we talk about old school shit with my mom, and he remembers everything. So he
Right.
never long-term memory is totally solid. It's like,
Yeah.
he's always like, what are we doing this weekend? What's happening? What's the plan? He's always like, where's the plan?
but
Pop?
Steve, he's engaged. He's
Totally.
engaged.
Totally.
But Biden slurs his words when he talks
Right.
Well,
on TV.
Biden,
so
He
that-
does.
a
He does.
stutter.
Yeah.
He has a stutter.
and I
Yeah,
don't-
but you
And
listen
don't
to
tell me Donald Trump didn't slur his words.
I know, but even if you listen to the speeches he would give right before he was elected,
Exactly.
there's a difference in those and,
Take it
and
easy,
now.
Paul.
I do.
Look, I'm not happy that Biden is struggling. I mean,
No,
I just-
we're not saying you are, but
it's just time to give him, let him
it's,
retire.
It's a sad time for America that we have no new talent. We have. I mean, look at Obama.
This is like
It's
the
our-
only
it's our
time
own
I've ever
fault.
said this. What's the vice president's name again? I forgot.
Harris. And
Seriously.
she's history. She's
She
not
does
presidential
nothing.
quality.
So
Yeah,
you
she,
telling me if he can't do it, then we got her? I
She's
mean,
a Dan
Yeah.
Quayle. She's
Yeah.
a Dan Quayle.
Yeah.
She is, and the Democrats
damn
know
well.
that, and so she hasn't. And she's
I
not
can't
even
go
thinking
to
about
Latin
running
America
because
because I don't speak Latin. Dan Quayle actually said that.
she said
Abe,
things that are
what did you
almost as
say?
silly.
She's a damp whale?
No, she's a Dan Quayle.
Dan Quayle.
Oh, okay.
If he's the dumbest, she's number 2, and I think
Yeah,
that's
she's
probably
close.
about. I
She's
think that's
close.
probably correct,
I mean, I'm sure there's been others in the past. We just don't remember them because they're vice presidents.
or because we weren't born yet.
well, I
Spiro
mean,
Agnew.
Walter Mondale, wasn't he a vice president?
Yes,
Or
he
what-
was.
Yes.
Yeah, he really wasn't much after that.
Oh, he was a smart guy.
No, he
He's-
was better than them, both of them.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that he was it's not like Walter Mondale is going to be, an important figure
I remember
Hey,
him
but-
during
20,
the
30 years
debate.
from now.
Let me
talked
tell you
about
something.
Mondale with Ronald Reagan.
Let me tell you something. Last Dance was a friend of Walter Mondale. And you, my friend, know Walter Mondale.
Ooh, there we go.
Sorry, it's totally I'm bastardizing the quote so bad. It's like in all kinds of.
No, it was good enough.
All
It
right,
was good enough. It was good enough for this late in the game tonight. This is good.
It's funny that-
Neon cores.
Yeah.
Apparently, you heard that earlier, and it
My-
didn't make no sense to you. You were
It
like,
looks just like it.
"What's a neon?"
It's just like it.
cores?
It matches my neon core sign.
There it is.
Oh, fuck.
It's good up there. That thing is like cooking the ceiling. It looks like.
It is. It is.
Jesus.
No, it's not nearly as bright as it shows up on cam because
Is there ballast on that thing? I mean, is it
Yeah.
neon gas?
it's real neon. It is a real neon core sign.
Jesus, if that thing cracks, you could dive for cover. Get out of
Well,
there.
it's
fucking
gonna light that
mustard gas.
barnwood on fire in seconds.
Stuff is poisonous, bro.
I don't think neon is poisonous.
You know what, guys?
What are you, Mr. Fucking Neon up there?
No, I could be wrong, but that's the kind of thing I might have remembered.
My biggest concern is I have
Okay.
jury duty in September. Federal court, too.
Hey, I got it for you, bro. I just got out of federal court jury duty. I had
Yeah,
a
I'm going
3-week
now.
window.
I'm going because I'm not working. And
Well,
you know what? They're paying $50 a day. So, who knows?
Don't tell those jokes, or you'll get.
yeah,
No,
when I
but
heard
here's
that,
the
The
thing.
judge will cancel you for
Here's the
cause.
thing that concerns me. They will not let you bring a lighter into the courthouse.
you can't bring your cell
concerns you?
phone in.
Yeah.
Or you,
That I can bring cigarettes in, but I cannot bring a lighter.
matches.
I'm thinking of matches. But
so here's how I got out of it. They asked me a series of questions, and this is real info, okay?
yeah, I've been there.
So
I didn't lie.
in the pre questionnaire, one of the questions was, do you have a risk, an elevated risk as described by the CDC for COVID and like an elevated risk of severe illness?
Wow.
So technically, I do. So,
Really?
yeah.
Why?
Height, weight, which is overweight, even though it's because I'm kind of jacked. But it's because
we could all tell because you had your shirt off earlier.
it's because they call me, fat, which is fine. The way us fat guys justify this, we say like Brock Lesnar would be like totally rejected because he's too heavy for his height. No, it's because too heavy. And
Holy shit. I never had any of those questions.
right. And the other thing, no, they didn't ask me this, but this is how it's justified that I was allowed to say that when they asked me if I had an elevated risk of COVID, that I could possibly get more severely sick than anyone else. And I know I have two of those things. So that qualifies me.
What's the other thing besides your overweight?
High blood pressure.
Oh.
I thought it was going to be ginger.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I thought
never. I had
that
no.
was
No,
the
they
same
didn't ask you this.
I had
but
no questions like that at all.
McGrady, you have to look over all the questions, man.
It was all about job.
These are COVID era questions.
I
Not,
get-
Here's my concern. Why is it a guy in Massachusetts under a federal court has different questions than I do in South Florida? That is bizarre. That is alarming.
Bizarre. And also, I pointed out that I have a work vehicle which I'm allowed to use to transport myself to work and home, or the boss's houses when I'm fucking around with their shit. But like, I'm not cruising up to fucking federal court and saying, "Hey, bosses, I'm gonna fucking spend all your gas money on going to court." They'd be like, "No,
Holy
the
shit.
vehicle is for work." So I tried to include that. Like, how can they make me? I mean, I don't know if you guys have heard the MBTA in Massachusetts. It's a fucking nightmare right now. They're closing the Orange Line. Things are falling apart. It's crazy. So, yeah, I mean, it's a local news thing, but I put all these things in like my description. So my initial letter response said, "You are not excused." But then when I called in on the 2 Fridays, it said, "You are excused." So it's almost like they were making me sweat it out, using me as like maybe like backup or something. But I don't think they were ever intending to use me. So
I'm not sure they know in advance how many jurors they're going to need. They kind of they have to figure out how many cases are.
They get a bunch. I've been on the preliminary of jury duty before, and I didn't make it to the final cut because they got enough of them. Now I get out of it because I'm a business owner.
Yeah,
so.
I've been through four experiences.
Oh wow.
Man, I want to serve on a jury. I want to
I
send somebody up the river, but
I do too.
I'm the opposite. I want to save people from the government, and I don't mean that with any sense of being irresponsible, but rather
I'm only kidding. I don't want to send people.
No, yeah. Here's the funny thing.
I like to be
in the circuit court, my local court. I have gotten off jury duty because I tell them I don't trust cops. They lie all the time.
Way. You
and
gotta
I've gotten
be careful
off.
In federal court with
federal
what you
court.
say.
I'm ready to go, and I hope it's not a civil case.
No, the problem is with federal court, you have to choose your response according to what you think the judge might think. Because, like, if they call your ass, like if you pull the Larry David and you say, he's black, so I can't, judge it accurately, they'll call your ass for contempt. Like, that doesn't work on in
Really?
reality. Like you have to actually come up with a legitimate. What do they call it when you have a objection like inherently to some law? Like if it has to do with cannabis, if it was me, I could say, I've been a cannabis legalization guy for years or whatever.
My username is Smokesteve. Come
Yeah,
on.
I mean, there are things that can get you out of it, but it has to be legitimate. You have to kind of prove it.
Yeah.
I always respond to their questions.
It has to be a sincere
They
belief.
have certain questions and they ask you to raise your hand.
Right.
But I've been through federal court and I stood jury again in federal court. And
In the defendant's box or in the jury pool?
well, I actually convicted the guy. It was
Just
a
you.
chick. No, it was a chick. She assaulted 2 federal agents in fucking Miami because her boyfriend got convicted, and she was being escorted out, and she assaulted them. And
I mean, how much damage could she have done to 2 feds?
well, they
Come
threw her
on.
down. They threw her down and did the deed because they were FBI
Right.
guys. And
So what'd you give her?
well, I didn't give her anything. I didn't stand on the sentencing. It was just innocent
Clearly
or
not.
guilty.
Were you the
But
foreman?
I had a really good one. It was a kidnapping in the local court, and I could tell. Actually, that trial should have been a mistrial because things that happened during the trial. But I knew that. Nobody knew that. We convicted that fucker. He was a scumbag. He kidnapped a girl from Palm Beach and drove her down. She was
What-
working in the mall, and he drove her down to Broward
Jesus.
County. And
What are you, a professional juror?
I've been on multiple juries.
Apparently. And
Yeah.
my dad was on one, and he was the jury foreman. It was on a murder trial,
Wow.
Whoa.
and they sent him to the death penalty.
Wow.
I couldn't do a death penalty personally.
Well, you wouldn't, depending on the state, you wouldn't necessarily be on the
Yeah,
sentencing panel.
I'm not in favor of a death penalty personally. But
Fuck him.
Well, the
Kill him.
result of it was, but I don't know that the jury had any, but the jury found him guilty. Essentially, there was a divorce. The husband waited in a room with a .22 rifle, and then the wife and new boyfriend came into the room, and he just started pumping rounds.
well,
Totally killed them both.
Jesus.
It was not a complete open and shut case. There was some, in between litigation, but Pop said it was pretty easy. It wasn't me.
Put him in the wood chipper.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right then and there.
Right then and there. Just turn it on.
What kind of lawyer is going to defend a guy who crouched
has to.
behind a couch with a fucking rifle?
he has to.
If I can't have her, nobody can. Wood chipper.
Totally, exactly.
I got to tell you, Steve. The funny thing is once you know the system, and you may know it or you may not, but if it goes to trial, it's usually they're rolling the dice because 9 times out of 10 you do a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this particular case, it didn't take too long for all the jurors were in agreement. Like, yeah, I mean, fuck this guy. He's done.
I mean, if there's 100% proof, that they should just kill him right then.
You know what? My stepson had a jury duty call, and he went, and it was a case where the guy was in a car as a passenger, and the car had been pulled over, and the guy refused to identify himself because he was a passenger. And the cops pulled him out. They threw him down on the ground, and they arrested him for obstruction. And that was the case, obstruction. And everybody in that jury was ready to convict that guy. And apparently he had a pretty good public defender, which is a miracle these days. And my stepson was instrumental in getting this guy acquitted because.
So let me tell you this, McGrandy. There's a great channel you need to check out on YouTube. It's called audit the audit.
I watch them. I watch them. I know it.
So this case you're talking about sounds exactly like a lot of things they are talking about.
Yeah.
So the passenger in a car that's pulled over is required to identify themselves, because being pulled over in a car is like a police action. So they're allowed to identify everyone that's in the vehicle and then go from there. So you can refuse talking, but you have to identify yourself in a vehicle.
Well, the charge was obstruction.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that he obstructed. I mean,
Exactly. So they actually
Well, if he refused delivery of his license,
he refused to identify himself. The charge was obstruction, and
yeah, I
Anyway.
would say that's accurate, honestly.
well, he was acquitted though,
Interesting.
based on the beauty of a jury system. I knew a guy who got arrested because he would hang out at the jury pool in the parking lot, and he would hand them notices that said, "You determine a person's guilt or innocence, regardless of what the judge tells you, regardless of what the prosecutor tells you. You make your own judgment." This guy was arrested multiple times for this, and that's what it really comes down to.
there was a case like that recently.
Yeah.
Go. Continue.
So I'm not sure I don't remember all the details, but it was somebody standing outside with a sign that says something like Google, outside a courtroom, saying Google jury nullification. I think that's what, and he was arrested. And he sued, not just to have his case thrown out. He sued for violations of his First Amendment rights. And I believe he did not win. Ultimately, did not win the lawsuit there, but he certainly had his case against him thrown out.
And also, that jury nullification is the exact search that you should search if you have federal jury duty. You say federal jury duty nullification, and you'll learn all kinds.
Here's what it comes down to: people, if you have not been on a jury, you do not understand the power that you have, and what that means is you, as framed or as dictated by the framers of the Constitution under a jury system.
It's bullshit.
The power of the jury is absolute. And that means
bullshit.
You get 12 people in there, you can have an honest conversation that is out of bounds from any legislator, from any judge, or anyone else. And you have the power to decide the fate of another individual. And they make us come down there, right?
So fuck them, because I have a huge amount of shit to go over every day. I'm supposed to fucking go judge some fucking dirtbag? Fuck those motherfuckers.
First of all, they might not be
That's
a dirtbag.
bullshit, dude.
Joe, or Smoke, they might not be. They might not be a smoke. They might not be a dirtbag.
Yeah, they are a dirtbag. That's why they're fucking. And
well, I'm glad you're not.
No, you got to have an open mind, because there are innocent.
I ain't doing it, dude.
Innocent people do get arrested.
Things. Is my company supposed to hire a guy just to back up jury duty? I mean, fuck that.
I understand why you don't want to serve.
You streamline companies so like people can work. Like Aphid, what are you supposed to do? I mean, what the fuck?
I would be financially.
Weeks,
I would be financially finished if I had, like, let's say a month,
dude.
like if it was a serious case or something.
So if an asshole rips off the IRS,
I have to quantify this. I'm not working. I'm not going to try. I have gotten out of jury duty so many times. You have no idea. I've served on many juries, but guess what? I'm not working.
Right.
So if it happens, it happens. We got to have some sense of responsibility here.
Why should I have a sense of responsibility?
I'm not saying you should, Steve.
To cover somebody's ass who fucking robbed somebody,
oh my God,
stole from somebody. Fuck that judgment shit.
Wait, you have prejudged everything. I'm glad you're not on that jury, dude.
There should be a trained pool of umpire judges, like the umps, They just tell them, all right, you fucking did that, you get life. You did that,
I don't
they
think there's
kill
enough
you.
though. Although, like the people that just aren't looking for a job, there's a lot of those people, so they should.
Hey,
Dude,
Steve, I got to
If
tell you
I'm
something.
if I'm on the court, I'm gonna tell them,
Wait,
and
I-
I'll
I-
use this for a clip if I ever have to get out. I'm gonna tell them, guilty every day.
Yeah. Just,
Guilty every day.
I'm with McGrandy on this.
You
I-
are?
Absolutely.
Well, you're retired too, dude. So you're
That's
probably
true.
fucking all up there.
I mean, I certainly understand, why jurors who have a hardship should be getting out of it. But I don't
Yeah.
understand having pre-decided that someone's guilty just because they were arrested.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, every time guilty.
Well, you're guaranteed not to ever serve with that attitude.
Goddamn right.
Steve, when I was a stockbroker, we were bound by arbitration. That means we have to go before 3 people. And I've known arbitrators, okay? And I've actually had to testify in cases of arbitration. And guess what? There is no match for arbitration and a jury. A jury is 12 people that don't know shit.
Hey,
And they're honest and they're clean and they don't have a predetermined opinion. So it's a wonderful thing. So I encourage you.
It is.
I don't think taking away somebody's freedom to work and exist to make them judge some fucking criminal
maybe.
is legitimate.
You know
I
what?
think that's bullshit.
Can I tell you something?
And I think the whole fucking system
I
is
bet your
flawed.
employer-
I won't do it, man.
I bet. Oh, that's cool though. But I bet your employer would respect you if you did.
Yeah,
But I don't want you to
already-
because you obviously have a bias. So you can't have a bias when you walk in there.
I mean, what the fuck? Human beings like have to go and judge their peers? Give me
Yeah.
a break. That is
Well, you don't want to
stupidest fucking
participate,
thing
but that's
ever.
the system. That's the system. So
I don't agree with it.
No, it is the end salvation of the system,
Dude,
It-
if you guys haven't noticed, I'm kind of a Tea Party guy. You know what I mean?
oh no.
I don't want to be fucked with for anything. Leave me alone. That's my life. That's kind of how I feel.
Well,
Well, it is, guilt or
I'm
innocence.
glad you got out of that jury duty, buddy.
A jury of your peers. That's intentional. Not
I mean,
not a
to get-
jury of your
Smokes-
betters or professionals or people with
Yeah.
law degrees. It's a jury of your peers.
Well,
Smokesteve-
why do we give these criminals such
Well,
respect?
maybe
that
they're
they
not
get a
criminals.
Jury.
Maybe
but they're not
criminals.
always a criminal. They're not always a criminal.
Well,
It's
that's-
up to you to decide.
then the DA is fucked up if they're charging people.
yeah,
with crimes.
sometimes they are.
Well, yeah, that's a
As
valid
someone who
point.
grew up in Chicago, I can tell you that a lot of people are arrested. I'm not saying a majority, but a lot of people are arrested and based on trumped up evidence, fraudulent evidence,
Trump.
especially
coerced confessions.
especially colored people like in the
Jesus.
past.
I love
dude.
that.
Did you say
Thank you
that?
for using that term.
No, I'm
Chickity
saying
chick,
like
know self before you
Coming
wreck
home,
yourself.
buddy.
like in the past, there's definitely been some situations where,
Of course.
where just because their skin color, they were thrown under the bus just to get it over with, and they knew the public would be like, okay, we'll believe that, And in those situations, those people, with DNA testing now that later on in life,
Yeah.
that they've been proved
Exonerated.
innocent,
Some of them after
and they
after
spent
execution.
they spent half their life in prison because somebody like you didn't want to
Yeah.
take the time to listen to their plea.
Yeah, there was a shooting, a famous one at a bar, and it was the song "The Hurricane," I believe, by
Bob Dylan. Reuben Hurricane Carter.
And essentially, what happened was Hurricane was at a bar, Carter, whatever you want to call him, and then a dude popped in and wasted some people, and then essentially Hurricane was kind of running for his life, didn't know what was happening, got snagged by the police, and did I don't know what 25 years. I don't even want to sell the guy short, but he did an incredible amount of time in jail for nothing. As
Yeah.
crazy as it is, man. So
Well,
I don't want that to happen. I agree.
One of my biggest things is the power of multiple people instead of one person. So I believe that 12 people in a jury, no matter what, are gonna listen to the evidence and come to a conclusion better than one judge, no matter what his experience is.
Especially since it's a unanimous verdict.
Right.
It's impossible to find 12 people who all think alike and are all biased in the same
Very
way.
difficult. Very difficult.
So,
Aphan,
I'm
what
not
are
trying
you
to. I'm not
saying?
trying to hold on. I'm not trying to sway you in any way. And I understand you're not wanting to spend your life, trying to go into the system.
He's getting up. He's got to go over there and kick your ass. You better lock your doors.
But okay, can you still hear me, Smokesteve?
Yeah.
Okay, so the one example that I'll give you is that show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Like, you would think that with the judge system that
I never saw that show.
You don't need to.
Okay.
You would have enough about the show to know that you would have a phone a friend option where you could phone the most brilliant.
Okay, I remember that show.
You
now.
had
Yep.
3 or 4 different options to pick.
Yep.
Who you wanted to call
Yep.
on whatever
Phone a friend,
subject
yep.
you were.
It
So
rhymes.
if it was a science thing, you would call your science teacher buddy that you had lined up. Whatever. But statistically, overwhelmingly, and I can't I had these statistics in my head at one point, but now I don't remember them. But overwhelmingly, the audience was more reliable, like
Yep.
almost double of what the phone a friend.
The phone a
was.
friend. Yep.
So
just listen to the clap.
So what I'm saying to you is that's proof that the jury system is more reliable of finding guilt or innocence over a one judge system is.
Yep.
What about the invasion of privacy?
The beauty of it, and
Invasion
I've
of
been
what
on
privacy?
juries before, the beauty of it is one person can make a major impact
Oh, I'm sure
on
it
the
could. I'm
opinion
sure
of
it
those
can.
12
Of
persons.
course it could.
12 Angry Men. But what about the
That was a great
invasion of
movie, by the way.
privacy?
Invasion of whose privacy?
The jurors who don't want to be there in the first
No,
place.
I understand that, but it's just a proven system that is more reliable to find proof or innocence.
Oh, fuck that. I will never do that.
I know, but look. What I'm saying to you right now,
crazy.
Smokesteve,
For
is
me to go and judge some dirtbag,
I agree with
my
you.
whole life I
agree with
stayed
you,
away from
and
these
I'm
people.
not gonna do my usual where I'm gonna just throw you under the bus. But what I'm gonna say to you right now is, you think that now, but if you're in that situation where you did not commit a crime and you're being accused of a crime, then you are relying on one person versus 12 people, and you're going to have a better chance at 12 innocent people that have different opinions than one person that's going to hear, some fancy lawyer on the other side that's going to tell them what that they want to give to your opinion, that you might not have money for a fancy attorney.
Yeah.
And he's not going to do as good of a job, and you're going to be proven guilty and go to jail because the other side had a fancier, more expensive lawyer.
Steve, I have a question for you. Have you ever had a problem with cops? Ever? Like, been accused of anything? Like, maybe you were a young kid hanging out with a bunch of your buddies,
you know what?
and a
In my
cop
life,
showed up, and
let
he
me
made
tell
you
you
fucking
this much.
disperse, or he fucking said he threatened you. Did you ever have that kind of problem where you actually experienced cops stepping over their bounds that is legally possible?
Of course I have. I grew up in Dorchester, Boston.
All right, so you understand.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You understand how things can work against you if everybody trusts the cops.
The thing you have to know about cops is that the ones in the inner city, you can practically get away with fuck all and they don't give a fuck. The one in the suburbs who don't see anything, you got to watch your ass, dude.
All right.
Like, that's what I learned. So,
So you understand there are variables involved in this. Especially, here's what they used to say in the jury pool. Do you count the opinion of a police officer over that of a defendant.
Hell
They
yeah.
actually asked me that question, and I raised my hand, and they said, "What's that?" I'm like, "Cops lie. Cops
Wow.
lie."
You're a cop hater?
No, I'm not. Not at all.
Am I being detained? Have you
Yeah.
said those
Okay.
words?
No, never.
You might be detained in this jury.
No, I said cops lie, and it was funny because I got dismissed right away. But that was
No kidding.
That was state of Florida. That was not federal court, because they don't ask those questions in federal court. It was an easy. You're done. You've done your service. You can check out. We're not going to call you anymore. And that tells you something too. Why would they dismiss me like that? Even the defense attorney said, "Your Honor, I would love an opportunity to rehabilitate him, to put me on the jury."
Do you know who dismissed you?
Yeah, the judge did.
The
She
judge
said
did.
to the attorney, she says, "I bet you would, Mr. X. You're
We all know your
dismissed."
last name.
I know,
Yes,
but
Mr. X.
those are the beautiful fucking
It's not
experiences.
very far.
Yes. Amazing.
Anyway,
Good
it's life
story.
experience. And Steve, I appreciate the opportunity to express all this stuff with you, man.
No problem.
You guys and this show, it's a real pleasure for me.
Oh,
Well,
Indeed.
it's a pleasure for me too.
Indeed. What do you guys think? Shall that be the end of it?
I'm done. I'm cooked.
wait,
I'm
wait,
ready to
I
go
mean,
to sleep myself.
I mean, I was really thinking that we had one more McGrandy joke left in the tonight.
I'll tune in tomorrow to see the end of it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and float this.
Aphid, I'm no longer on a lag. You have no.
We'll float this baby out to sea.
Oh,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Smokesteve.
Thank you again,
It
buddy.
was great talking to you
I'm
guys.
so
Thanks,
glad I got
Smokesteve, for
All right, we're
I'm-
still going here. Okay. Okay.
I'm so glad that I got to catch you guys tonight since
Yep.
last week.
I had a good time. I
Yeah.
thought I wouldn't make it because I was exhausted, but I made it this far.
Not bad. You did well.
have a great night.
Steve,
And have a good weekend.
You've been toking and drinking for 3 hours and 41
Take it easy,
minutes.
Aphid.
You're still hanging.
See you, buddy.
See you, Last Dance.
Later. Yes. What was your question?
No, I said you've been toking and drinking for 3 hours and 41 minutes, and you're still hanging just as sharp as a tack, Smokesteve.
Yeah, and I'm gonna grab a little more rum here, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Smoke another joint, I guess.
Well, there you go. Well, I hope you have a wonderful week. The rest of the weekend. It's still early, so
Thanks, man. It's only Friday. Can you believe it?
I know, man. But man, we got so we went to the farm thing that I told you, the zoo type thing, and then we went to eat or one of our favorite Mexican restaurants. Then we went to the pool and laid in the lazy river for a while.
That's good stuff.
And then tomorrow I haven't celebrated my birthday with my mom and my brother, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to the history museum, the zoo.
Nice.
And the art museum all in one day.
That's killing.
And then Sunday we're doing it's the end of the summer, man. My son goes back Monday, so we're
No kidding. That soon, huh?
yeah. So Monday he hits it, and
Wow.
so we're we had a checkoff list of all these things we want to do for the summer, and we didn't do hardly any of them. So we're putting them all into this weekend.
That's funny. That's
So
beautiful, man. That's
so
awesome.
I hope you enjoy your weekend, because I'm going to. And
Likewise, my friend.
I will see you next weekend, buddy.
All right, see you.
All right, take care.
Bye. All right. Well, that was a fine Smokesteve's International Pub. We have 5 remaining. We had a pretty good crew. You guys hear me playing around with this guitar. Probably not going to do it too. But it's been a real pleasure to be here with you guys. Come back next time. Peace. See ya.